everyone's here tonight. Special KOF shout out to the homeboys at Dream Cancel. You know.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Dream Council podcast. This is episode 117 of Dream Council Live. My name is Desmond, the administrator of DreamCouncil.com. In this episode, we're going to talk about how you can grow your stream if you play fighting games in 2020. This is a good year for streaming, and we're going to share and brainstorm tips on how to get more viewers, how to strengthen your viewership, and how to just maintain a good streaming community. If you play fighting games, and heck, even if you want to branch out and play different kind of games, how you can just have a good stable online streaming community for Twitch and other streaming platforms. And we'll go into all that too. We won't get too much into the specifics with hardware and software and stuff like that. We'll just talk about just ways to just maintain and grow your viewer base for when you stream. All right, so before we get into anything, let's introduce the discussion panel for this episode. Oh man, we got the squad, we got the crew. Oh man, first and foremost, I gotta introduce Elkidori. What's good, bro? Oh shit. Let me see. I think I unmuted you. Hold on.
We got it.
Oh, okay. Oh, beautiful. Great.
I forget. I nudged the switch.
Yeah, sometimes that's all that it takes. Word, man.
How's it going, everybody? I'm doing all right. Trying to get my webcam to look less blue, so be working on that.
Okay. It looks crisp and clear to me, man. But yeah, man.
It looks blue as shit. That's what it looks like.
Word.
Get my white balance on.
All right, man. Yeah, good to have you, bro. Next up we have we got DZ Kujaku. What's good, bro?
Hey, Desmond, what's up? Thanks for having me.
Oh, we're doing good, man. Doing good. Thank you so much for coming on as always. Appreciate it. And next up, we got chilling in Ohio. We got Kenshi Himura, focused on the his Raw Scrolls. What's good, bro?
Not much. Just me being camera shy, of course.
It's all good, man. It's all good. We'll try to get you out of it, you know what I'm saying? But for right now, it's all good. But thank you so much for coming on. Appreciate it. And next up, we got a very, very special guest. We got Rome himself. What's good, bro?
Yo, Desmond, thanks for having me, man. I'm glad to be here. Finally, it's been a minute since I've been on this podcast, actually, so I'm really excited to jump into this.
Welcome back.
Yeah, it has been a while. I'm trying to think the last episode you was on, man. I think maybe we're talking about the announcement of 14 or something. I don't know. It was one of those episodes.
It's been a while, and back then I had terrible equipment, so I apologize. So I remember I would try to call in, and it would just be not good at all. But we here, 2020, we out here, boys. So we're good.
Indeed. Thank you so much for coming on. And before we get into the main topic, man, let's do promo plugs, tournament announcements or lack thereof. So if you like a Dream Council t-shirt like the one I'm wearing right now, go to dreamcouncil.com/shop and donate to our Patreon, get exclusive and early access to video content, hang out with us in our Discord server. And upcoming tournaments. Let's see. Battle Spectrum. Hosted by Battle Spectrum. This is the King of Fighters 14 online tournament league. And I will post the link in the chat and in the description section. Man. Yo, I don't mean to go on a off subject, but dude, am I cutting out? I'm seeing my drop frames go crazy. Can y'all still hear me?
Yeah, your audio's kind of been cutting out, and
yeah, it's been cutting in and out, and on my end, the stream's been buffering.
Is buffering and stuff? Yeah, that's.
Yeah, I thought it was me, but
yeah, I looked at the drop frames, and that shit is doing like a jackpot of like numbers.
Stop trying to push that 4K, man.
Yeah, I know. It's like
Wait. We have quality options on DC, don't we?
Nope.
Nah, we don't.
Shit.
Nah, not yet. Not yet. But we'll push through.
We got auto in 720p, 60 FPS.
But yo,
That's
definitely check out Battle Spectrum's online tournament. Is this weekend? Is this Saturday the 11th? Any one of y'all gonna participate?
It's on PC, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm out.
Wait, what weekend is it? Is it like this upcoming Saturday, Sunday?
Yeah, the 11th.
Oh, I'm off that day, but I don't know if like last time I was in a Battle Spectrum tournament, it was just horrible, and I've just been like avoiding online tournaments.
Yeah, I bought the game the last time I entered the only tournament I entered that he did, and the game doesn't work well with like I don't know what it is. Like my computer is strong enough; it could run like Resident Evil on max graphics, but for some reason KOF14 has issues with my graphics card. So I'm gonna try to figure all that out. Maybe I'll play because last time it wasn't really good at all.
What card you got?
I can try to troubleshoot it with you later.
Radeon.
I have a Radeon too.
Radeon. I don't know. What do you? Oh, okay, so we'll have to talk Elky then.
Oh, I can't help you, brother.
But yo, definitely check out this online tournament. Is there any other online tournaments that is going on soon? I know there's nothing offline for quite a while.
If I can chill just a little bit, I'm running my. I've been running a online tournament, Regime Royale. It's a Samurai Showdown online tournament. Okay. I'm running one this Saturday, 5 p.m. It's going to be on my channel, but there's something I can't announce just yet. But there's going to be some love for KOF14 real soon. Me and Marco and Monta are trying to figure something out soon, kind of like an invitational, right? Because we don't want it to just be locked to East Coast. So yeah, we'll let you know soon because we're still working on a few things and how we want to run it, but. There's going to be some more KOF14 and hopefully other KOF games too. We're trying to get that, but you know what? No games not having lobbies. It's kind of hard to do that stuff. So there might be some Fightcade stuff, but that's all I can say for now. But Saturday, yeah, there's an online Samurai Showdown tournament. If anybody's interested in playing, or if you want to just come chill, it's always hype matches and we always kind of talk trash. It's not like an esports environment or whatever. So you're more than welcome to hop by my channel and come hang out with us. So.
Right. Cool. Sounds great. All right, y'all. So, yo, let's get into this, man. How to grow as a fighting game streamer in 2020. So, why don't we do this briefly? All right. Why don't we go around, talk about how long we've been streaming individually and our reason for streaming, and then I have a couple more questions. So, why don't we start with Kenshi?
Oh shit, me first?
Yep, yeah, man. I just randomly picked somebody. So.
Okay, so I've been streaming off and on for a long time, but I didn't start seriously streaming until like late 2016, early 2017. That's when I really like started hammering out the streams and started playing KOF14 daily on my channel consistently. That was probably when I experienced the most growth on my channel too, was when I was like every day KOF14. I would go to other people's streams too and not just watch their stream, but I would communicate with them. I'd try to like link up, be like, hey, I stream this game too. Do you want to like auto host each other or like host each other when we're done? You know, that's how I met QV. That's how I met some other streamers that kind of stopped playing that game. So it was that's when I experienced the most growth. So yeah.
Okay, solid. It's pretty solid. All right, Rome. What about you, man? How long have you been streaming, and what's your main reason for streaming now?
So I'll try to shorten as much as possible. Much like Kenshi, I've streamed like a few random times in the past. I would just like turn my PS4 on and just like, I'll just do a random stream, but it would be like 1 or 2 streams a year, nothing serious. And then I'd say like when the Spider-Man PS4 came out, was that that's 2018, right? The end of 2018. A friend of mine was like, yo, you should, I'll watch you play. if you stream, and I would like stream a few times, but then I was like, yo, I kind of want to like do this more often because it's fun. And like, I was like, let me start getting my equipment. I started gathering everything slowly. But I would say like the biggest reason I've been doing this now, which has been like about a year and a half, and it's been amazing, like, is that I was kind of not playing games that much. I was only practicing fighting games, and I was playing KOF14 nonstop. I was playing Street Fighter 5 at the time nonstop. I was practicing those games, competing all the time, and I was not playing like other games, like, you know, just casual games. So one of the biggest reasons I started streaming was like also a way for me to like start playing other games again, because I started to like hate KOF14. Not that not anything about the game, but because, you know, it's so much intake. I'm constantly watching tournaments. I'm constantly playing. I'm constantly practicing and stuff like that. And it was like, I want to start playing other games again. So I started streaming for that purpose. But I also mainly do, as you guys know, I do fighting games as well. And that's also helped me like to start getting that love back, is streaming it and just like chilling. So yeah, it's been a good year and like a few months now. It's like, it's really is like one of the best life decisions I've ever made. And I wish I started more consistent way earlier, at least like a decade earlier or something, you know?
I feel it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Well said. Well said. All right. Elkie, man, can you give us some of your streaming history and the reason why you stream now?
I don't know anymore.
Oh shit.
What has it been, 2 years? Yeah, well, before that, I had streamed like some other fighting games and all that, and I took like this big break, like, yeah, from about probably about the end of 2015 to the end of 2017. I just didn't really stream hardly anything, and I came back. I started a new channel, and because of reasons, and I don't know. I don't know. My dumbass waited until, you know, the game had been out for a year and a half before streaming it. And the reason I was really streaming it was there wasn't really a regular stream that I really saw. Like, there was a couple people that played it occasionally, like in the rotation with some other fighting games and stuff at the time, and I was kind of hurting for people to play with. And I didn't feel like hitting up Discord every time I wanted to play. I was just like, well, you know, if you stream, people tend to show up because they always want to beat whoever's streaming. You just paint a big target on your back, and like whenever you start up a stream, because everybody comes head hunting for you.
Is that what they call stream sniping, or is that something else?
No, stream sniping is when you use the stream to get an advantage over your opponent. So whenever people use the term stream sniping when it comes to fighting games, they don't know what it means.
Okay.
That's like if you're playing an FPS and you're watching somebody stream so they give up their position.
Oh, like okay, like when you're playing like split screen, like.
Well,
Exactly.
I think in a fighting game sense, it's more like they use the stream to like find you in like the rank queue or something like that. I guess to try to like show you up on your own stream. Like
Okay.
that's what I assume when I hear stream sniping.
That's definitely headhunting, and that's a big reason why I started streaming too.
Like,
Yeah.
but that's just to be expected. Like, I've never considered that like foul play or anything. Like, that's
No, it's not.
That's part of the contract. Like, when you start to stream, it's just like, okay,
Yeah,
everybody
absolutely.
comes hunting for you.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way, like, because before this, it was like anybody that uploaded to YouTube and had like, oh, here's some matches I ran. You want to be the match where you beat his ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, you wanted to get shine on somebody else's platform. And
Of course.
that's what it's about. So, and I don't know. I've talked enough right now. Some of the stuff that keeps me streaming, I guess I'll get into a little later. But yeah, it's just there's definitely ups and downs.
Okay.
Like, once you've been doing it a while, but I'm sure we'll get into stuff like that in a little bit.
Okay. All right. Cool. DZ, what about you, man? How long?
Yeah,
have you been
DZ.
streaming?
What about you?
Yeah.
How long you been streaming, DZ?
Actually,
Tell us about your
actually,
schedule, DZ.
I I don't have a schedule, but I've actually been streaming since about like 2013 or so. It's just very, very irregular. But I mean, I kind of try to push myself as like a variety streamer, but like for fighting games in particular, it's really hard to like do it and do it consistently because I'm like my biggest critic with my play, even when I'm playing like offline in the corner somewhere at like a local or a major or something. So like doing so on any stream, whether it's mine or whatever stage of the tournament, it kind of gets to me. But I mean, I try to like focus on my connection first of all. But like I just did a test stream recently that actually went pretty well, so I'm probably gonna try to get back into it. I don't know about forming a schedule just yet because I'm one of those people that likes to watch other people's streams and engage with them, and they have schedules. So it's like, all right, well, I don't want to stream while they're streaming because I want to watch their stream.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, it's just as far as like once I'm actually live, I do feel comfortable. It's just getting that motivation to hit the go live button that I kind of throw.
Oh yeah, we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
Okay. I would say for myself, I've always been kind of streaming on and off since I would say 2010. I used to stream on a Acer netbook. Had no kind of good memory or RAM or anything on it, man. It was just those little slim little like freaking laptops, and I used a Dazzler capture card.
Oh,
And because we used to stream PS2 games, it was a
Oh
composite signal.
yeah.
So
I remember the Dazzler.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah,
let me tell you, streaming composite sucks. I tried it once, and I had to reset the stream every time. Like I went from the PS2 menu to the game because for some reason it resets the freaking like audio video feed on PS2. I was like, never again.
yeah.
A big thing with that generation of consoles is that it's switching resolutions a lot.
Yeah.
It'll switch between like 240, 480, and then it'll switch from like progressive to interlaced, and like it's just a mess. Like it'll confuse like modern capture equipment. Like it's just a mess. And upscalers too. It'll do it to that as well.
Yeah, around that time I was learning a lot, but I knew for damn sure like my equipment was very, very limiting. But again, we're playing on PS2. We're playing like KOF98 UM, 2K2 UM, and sometimes we have to kind of like switch the signal on the PS3 if we wanted to like stream like King of Fighters 12 or something like that, or Street Fighter 5 or 4 around that time. Oh man, this was a long ass time ago. And yeah, I remember I used to stream locals, at a game store. I used to use Wi-Fi to stream. Oh man, oh dude, it was so bad. But recording was fine. Like direct recording was fine. And I did that for a while on and off, and then got a better computer and stuff like that throughout the years. But back then, my main reason for streaming was to highlight my locals and share my locals with other people, for they can watch their own matches and to show other scenes that, we play these games too, and I've done that little bit by little bit throughout the years. Now I don't really have too much of a local scene, so now I'm just kind of just like streaming, for people online friends and stuff like that, making new friends. This channel specifically is, to kind of help, grow the scene, but my own personal channel is just me kind of just like messing around and stuff like that for fun. And I've, started streaming a little bit more and stuff like that ever since I got a little bit more free time, because I work part-time. But yeah, one of my main reasons again back then was just stream other people playing and stuff like that. And I kind of started to notice, like, man, is that my strong suit or something like that? Maybe not. But my next question for all y'all is, what streaming goals and aspirations do you have? So we can kind of why don't we start with Rome, man? What's your streaming goal and aspiration?
So what I want to peak at is
Yes.
it's weird because like I don't view streaming as a job. I know a lot of people do, and a lot of people get like, they hit that Twitch Prime. I mean, they hit that Twitch partnership, and they make money. I mean, of course, it would be nice to reach partnership. That, I guess, that's my biggest like long term goal. But I don't want to be one of those streamers with like thousands of views. I love talking to. If I got 30 people on my stream and it's 15 of them talking, I'm fine with this. Like, honestly, and it might sound maybe a little cliche or kind of lame, but I'm happy where I'm at right now because my streams are fun. That's just my only goal, is I want my streams to be fun. When it stops being fun, then I want out. But right now, it's been amazing. It's been fun. The support people give me, people just love being like, especially on Wednesdays when I do like my Whack Wednesdays and I do my fighting games and I have song requests on and we just talk about whatever. There's no filter. No one's really like, at each other, and it's just a cool place to just chill for a few hours and like get some games in or watch some games and hear people talk about like the most random, sometimes degenerate stuff. But like, honestly, that's all I can say for my goal is, obviously I want to hit partnership, and but I don't want to get too big. I would be afraid to be like a Maximilian type streamer where I have like 5 figures of people watching me, and it's like, because I like to interact with the chat. Like, that's probably my biggest thing. So really, I just want to like, I want people to just take that away as like, that would be my goal. I want people to take away that they had fun hanging out on my stream, they enjoyed themselves, and like that's it. I guess that's just my own goal, is like, as long as people are happy and enjoying themselves, whatever they're doing in my stream, if they're watching me get salty or they're watching me get hype or if I made a joke or whatever it is, as long as you're happy and you're like, yo, Rome, that was a great stream, whatever. That's it. That's my major goal, is just keep doing this until it stops being fun. So that's really it.
Okay, fair enough. What about you, Elkie? What's your streaming goal?
Oh, me already? Jeez. God, I'm probably not the best one to ask because the careful ambition that Rome has, I don't even have. I'll be quite honest. I kind of hit a point where I didn't want to push past it anymore. I tried doing, so I stream once a week, which is, it's not like, it's more of a grind than you think it is, because once you like committed every week, do it, you don't realize how short a week is until you realize, oh wait,
It's Friday already.
It's Friday
Yep.
already. It's and that's why I got to a point. I tried doing two streams a week, and within 2 months I'd had enough. Like, it wasn't like the second stream was like not being fun by the end of like the first month.
Ooh, okay.
And then by the end of the second, like both of them I was dreading doing. Because streaming's one of those things where it doesn't sound like it's draining. Like, it's, dude, you flip on a cam and a mic and it's like a big deal. It takes a lot out of you.
I can relate.
Yeah.
All right,
Absolutely.
Rome, when you're done your stream on Wednesday night, how ready for bed are you?
Well, this is the quite opposite, because I usually work overnight, so I'm ready to sleep, but I have to go to work, so I'm like, oh man. But I know it is 100%. There's some times where I'm like, because I'll say this real short. I try to end at a certain time. It's like, okay, 10:30 I'll end. There's some time at 9:50 I'm looking at the clock like, damn, it's not 10:30 yet. Like, and the stream's great, but it's like you're drained, like you said, and so
it's
what makes it draining for some people that don't know?
it's a lot of attention that you have to pay.
Yeah.
Like, you don't really realize it. Like, and it's hard to really describe it if you don't do it. There's a lot. You're keeping tabs on whether everything's like running right, equipment wise and system wise on your end. you're playing the game, you're interacting with the chat, and you're also trying to entertain the chat at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And it becomes this juggling act where you're constantly, am I doing this enough? Am I doing that enough? Oh my God, I'm like barely playing at all. And then you try to keep all these plates spinning, and then you do that for a few hours. It's very true multitasking. Like all this stuff is happening at once, and any of it can basically tank at any time. That's why I'm glad when I don't have to play constantly. Like when it's a King of the Hill thing, I don't get too bent out of shape when I lose, because I can kind of take a breather for like 15 minutes while I go to the back of the line, because it's just okay. That's one thing off the list for a little bit. So I forget what your question was.
Goals for streaming.
Oh Christ!
No. What you said? No, what you were saying was golden, man. You know
good points, but like,
yeah, but it wasn't the question.
I guess to bring it all the way back around, that I kind of hit a limit as far as needing to temper my goals and you get to a point where you have to decide how far you're willing to work for the goals that you've set. Because at first you say, man, I want to hit partner. The goal isn't to hit partner. The goal is to be a partner and continue even further from there and continue to build onward and upward, right? And so you realize after you put in all that work and you've built all the way up to it, you've basically just unlocked this next monster tier of where to go next. And you have to kind of decide if that's what you really want out of this, if you want to take it that far. And how much do you want to stream? How much do you want to stay on top of what people want to see? How many more viewers you willing to take on and manage? Because managing that many people is also a huge task. Like,
oh my God, it's terrifying.
The workload just continues to build. And at the same time, the expectation on you grows as well, for your stream to be better, for it to look better, for your gameplay to improve, for your banter back and forth with your audience to be more engaging. And I can see where some people just say, okay, all right, this is good enough for me. I have 50 viewers. Good enough. I have 10 viewers. Fine.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
I'll say this, one of the most personally rewarding streams I ever did was for a game I was terrible at, which was Guilty Gear Plus R. I was terrible at that game. That game had trash netcode.
What system were you playing on?
Real garbage. What's that?
What system were you playing on? PS.
I think it was PS3 at the time.
Ooh.
Right. And the best part of all, I couldn't find matches.
Oh my God.
I would go online and be a complete ghost town. And I did this every Wednesday for better part of a year.
Oh man.
And most of the stream was literally just IRL, me talking to the chat and pulling up like YouTube videos and talking about stuff and check out this obscure story. And it was mostly downtime. It was like being a league player that constantly gets kicked or your connection drops out, like,
or you queue for DPS.
Yeah, like you're just waiting around all the time. And I had the same 5 to 6 people that showed up every week, the same ones.
Yeah.
And we got to know each other so well. And it was a lot of fun. Like I said, personally, I couldn't stop. The only reason I did it as long as I did was because it was just fun. It was certainly not going anywhere. But you gotta, not all the goals can be measured in the metrics and, you know, income and viewers and all that. Sometimes you will find a niche that is so personally rewarding that
is true.
where you say, man, I want to play KOF06 because I can get away with it.
Oh, I wonder who did that. Yeah,
That guy must have been brave. I don't know who did that.
yeah, I ain't trying to point at nobody, you know. It's like,
I have no idea who did that, but that guy is a wild boy. Pretty wild boy.
yeah, something in my nose. All right. Oh man, yeah. Well said, Oki, man. Well said. DZ, what about you, man? What kind of goals do you have for streaming?
Let's see. Well, I mean, my first goal is to actually stream more often than I've been doing, but I mean, that aside, it's just trying not to get intimidated when I actually do get viewership.
Ooh.
So funny story. This is actually maybe I want to say like 6 or 7 months ago, and I'm streaming Overwatch, and normally my Overwatch streams are just like me, a couple people that roll up, and then I just play and we laugh at the crazy stuff that ends up happening to me.
Yeah.
But my friend rated me, and I remember I'll never forget the number because I was terrified. He rated me with the party of 452.
Holy shit!
I had 8 viewers before that rate.
Oh shit!
So when I got the alert and I saw the number spike, like my heart rate like shot through the roof,
shit.
and I was just like,
Oh,
I was
man.
like, holy shit, this many, and I wasn't, and like this is, and I'm not even playing like competitive or anything. This is like casual, like quick play stuff, and I'm like, oh my god, I need to entertain these people to like keep them here. So like
that's
so, like,
definitely the thing. Yep.
yeah. So like I start like playing different characters. I start trying to like focus on the chat more, and it's like getting me killed in game and like all this kind of stuff, and like you know, I mean, whenever you raid anybody, like even when like a big streamer raids like another big streamer, that number is gonna go down because like people are just like, oh well, like I want to watch this, like, and it's not,
Sure,
and it's nothing against that streamer. It's just that like that's just not what they want to watch at the time. So like I'm watching the number go down, and like me, I'm a small time streamer, so like anytime I see that number start going down, even if it's from like 10 to 9, I'm just like, oh shit, like what was it that made them leave? Like,
I feel that.
You know,
So-
Dizzy,
so-
that's actually something I want to ask later. Is specifically what we're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna write that down because
yeah, but
yeah, keep going.
but yeah, it's just like so like on top of streaming more often, I'm trying to not worry about. I mean, of course, I'm going to worry about how the stream looks, but not to worry about how it looks in the grand scheme of things. Like, okay, if I do a stream and I only got like 3 viewers max, okay, I only got 3 viewers max, but if I go back and watch that VOD and that stream looks good to me, then I'm cool with that. Like I'm not overly worried about getting viewers, but I also need to realize that some of my friends are rather sizable streamers. Like maybe not all of them are in the hundreds, but like some of them get a consistent like 40, 50, so on and so forth. And there's a chance that one of them will host and or raid me. So I need to be prepared to not panic when that happens. But on top of that, it's just go like kind of like what Elkie was saying. It's just like finding a way to split that focus and then find content that I feel comfortable streaming that is in conjunction with stuff that people want to watch. So it's funny because my most popular streams like since I've been doing it have been really weird stuff that I don't normally stream, and it's like stuff that you didn't think people will watch. Like
yes.
my biggest view count I want to say is 73. And you want to know what I was streaming when those 73 people were watching me? I was playing Sonic Adventure 1, and I was on Big the Cat Story.
Oh
So,
my
the worst one in the
so
game.
the worst one, and like people flock to it, and I'm like, these people are watching me play a rebranded Sega Bass Fishing. What the hell? Like I didn't know like why people want to watch that in particular, but people liked it. So it's just like that's what kind of gave me the push to like, okay, maybe I'll try the variety thing. Like instead of just focusing on shooters or fighters or whatever the case may be, like let me just pick a game that I feel like playing and just throw the stream up, see what happens.
DZ,
You
how did
tapped in.
how did they find you?
I don't know. I still don't know. Because at first I had like 10, 11, and then like I started Big Story, and then it jumped to like 25, and then it jumped to 30, and then I'm like halfway through the story, and I'm like 73. What the hell's going on? Like I'm like, why are these people watching me play this? So like I don't know if like somebody like was browsing the tag and found me, and they just like put it on like social media somewhere or something. I don't know, but like the last couple times I got big numbers from me. I want to say not really like big numbers, but it's been really weird stuff. Like Elkie was telling me that he like one time he enjoyed my like I played like Sonic 3D Blast on Genesis.
Oh God.
And yeah, exactly. And he was like,
Oh,
yeah, I really enjoyed that. And then I thought back to it and I was like, he's not the first person to tell me they like that stream. so it's like basically not necessarily hunting for the game to like, oh man, let's play the game that's gonna make mad people flock to the stream. Like, no, just I'm just gonna play what I feel like playing, and if I manage to hit gold somehow, then it is what it is. Like, I'm not gonna like worry too much about how the stream looks as far as what I'm playing or how I'm doing. I just want it to look good if like when watching the VOD. Like, I don't want to drop frames. I don't want to drop connections. I don't want, I don't want my mic to be cutting in and out during the stream or something like that. Like, I just want everything to work, and then I'll worry about the content later.
Okay, well said. Elkie, did you have a question for DZ? I think.
Well, I was saying DZ tapped into that that 3D Sonic lore fandom.
All the cave dwellers came out.
Yeah. Somebody probably found your stream and like hashtagged it or something on Twitter or something like that.
They had to post it somewhere because I was like, why?
The Genesis games don't tap into that.
They don't.
You start adding in like Amy and Big,
Yeah.
dialogue cutscenes and that. And you aren't speed running that shit, were you?
No, I was just playing. I can't.
Casual playthrough.
I was casually playing, and
Sonic
if someone was like, "Hey, watch this guy like fail to catch Froggy like 8 times before he finally gets it right."
Damn.
Yeah, I wanted to just tack on real quick before Kenshi. I just wanted to say to DZ, like, it sometimes you never know, man. The people like to watch Kusoj stuff. Like, they'll watch trash stuff.
Yeah.
And we were just joking about KOF 2006. When I streamed it, I didn't plan on streaming that day. I forgot I even ordered it in the mail. I was like, oh, I'm gonna just buy this because it was like $15. And then it came in the mail, and I was like, oh snap, I forgot. And I was like, I should stream. And I literally set up everything in like a half hour. And that was some of the most organic viewership I had. I had like 60 viewers, and I'm like, you guys are nuts. Like, y'all watching me play like, y'all blaming me saying you're crazy for playing 2006, but 60 y'all in here watching me play 2006. So
yeah, exactly.
And sometimes it's like, the streams you don't expect to, whether they're like unplanned or like things might have go wrong. Like, maybe you want to play a game, but some issues are going on with that game, so you play another game. Sometimes that ends up being the stream where it's like you remember a lot because whether it's the view count, whether it's everyone having fun in the chat, whether the game is surprisingly fun, so that's a big thing. So good stuff running big chat.
when I played 97 with Kenshi, I actually had like a solid like 40. And so shit. Yeah, so like people watch the weird stuff.
Yeah, they do.
Did I ever tell you what that rat bastard to Kill Sage did to me one time?
Oh my god.
So
here we go.
So he raided me in the middle of my my like 100% Final Fantasy 13 trilogy.
I remember that stream. Oh my god, I remember that stream.
And he caught, and it was in the middle of 13 too. And he had kept showing up to the stream just like by himself because he likes Sarah. And one night he just raided me, and I'm like on like the last dungeon of the game, and I get like 200 people like rolling in
Wow. Holy crap.
that were just watching like Dragon Ball, and I'm like, really? Well, I'm playing 13-2.
Wow.
Like, yeah, just stop by that trash fest for a while. As I fell off one platform after another because they put platforming in a Final Fantasy game.
Damn. That's crazy. Holy shit.
Ugh.
Yeah, but man, yeah, I can definitely kind of relate with the whole like raid thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if it's like a small amount of people, it's like, oh shit, here we go, showtime. But you get used to it after a while. Kenshi, what about you? What are your goals, man, for streaming?
Oh wow, that's a loaded question. There's a lot, honestly. First starting out, I think my main goal for starting out was to just gain attention for KOF14. I wanted people to see this game, and anytime someone told me that they bought the game because of me, I was like, yes. It
That
felt
feels
so
good.
rewarding because like when I was first streaming, like I'm gonna be real, I'm a way better player now. I was not good at KOF at all in late 2016, early 2017. I was okay enough to win some free ass local back in, November of 2016 and get top 4 at some other free ass locals, but that's it.
Free.
But, when I was streaming, I was like networking a lot with Pedro. Pedro was streaming, Vicio was streaming, QV was constantly streaming. I was just talking to everyone and anyone I could back then. So like I was getting stronger as a player slowly but surely, but because I was not really always at the head of the freaking match line, I was always getting sent back to the end of that line. I was mostly talking to viewers, was talking smack about how I'm gonna win the next one, all that other stuff. And people were entertained by it. They're like, oh man, you're playing a 1-5 with El Rosa. Holy crap, you must be good. He beats me 5-3, and I'm like, I only got them 3 points because it's online, buddy.
Yeah.
But
We take those. Who cares?
yeah, we take those. We definitely take those. But
Take
like people would come and they would like see me as this really good KOF player, and they'd get interested in KOF 14. I'm like, dude, I'm hot garbage at this game. Because then you'd play with people like Crazy Salvi or Marco or any other online warrior at the time, like Juicebox, and you just get blown up. You just get blown up free. And
I don't know about Salvi, but nah, you good. I'm being an asshole.
like I feel like around then is like some of the happiest memories because like that's when Calvin Klein entered the picture. And as you guys probably know, Calvin Klein's like one of my best friends, and I met him through streaming KOF 14. He literally randomly just was like, I don't want to watch Street Fighter 5. Let's look at other fighting games. And he came to my stream, and that was the start of one of my best friendships ever. So, like, I feel like on the surface, my goal is, yes, it's definitely to get bigger. And, like, I kind of want to have at least, 50 viewers on the regular. I want to be the go-to entertainment stream for, like, KOF 15 when it drops and all that other stuff. But at the same time, one of the things I want to do more than anything is just be that stream that someone goes to when they're having a bad day and they just talk to the streamer, and I talk to them and they're entertained, they're laughing, and their day is better because of me. And they get interested in whatever game I'm playing because I'm playing it and I'm making it look good. Get the fuck out of here, Elkie. Get the fuck out of here, Elkie. We're gonna fight. But anyways, that's like that was like the main focus like back then was to just gain exposure for KOF14. At this point, gaining exposure for KOF14, like that's like unnecessary. People know about this game now. You know, I can still stream it. If I want viewers, I know what to stream. Because anytime I stream KOF 14, 15, 20, 25, you know, it just goes up. But I don't really want to do that anymore. I kind of want to restart, and that's why I've been playing Grand Blue. I just want to get better at certain other games. Like, I want people to come through and, you know, be like, dude, you suck. You need to start doing this. You know, and that's how I got better at KOF 14. That's, you know, what I want to see for other fighting games that I net play. As a more current day goal, I just want to beat Zaren's ass on my stream.
I want to make sure I'm there for that eventually when it happens.
I beat him in Street Fighter 4. What's up?
We take those. I know I was there. I saw that Ken put in work, you know.
But yeah, there's that, and another reason that I'm streaming us playing offline a lot is for anyone who is still like grinding fighting games. When we come back, when we're able to start traveling again, I want them to be able to know what we're going to do so I can get better from them knowing how to beat me. You know? At the same time, I want to show them, hey, we're still grinding. I'm still going to kick your ass regardless. So like that's the goal and focus right now. Every other game that I play, like Mega Man and all that other stuff, like that's just for fun. And I'm just kind of doing it because it's fun beating games that you never played before on stream.
Yeah.
Like Rome got me playing Mega Man Zero. I hate this dude for this right now.
I love you, Kenshi.
But he got me playing Mega Man Zero. I'm like, all of my life I've been like, I kind of don't like these Mega Man Zero games. Like, and I have all of them. I have the DS collection. I had some on the Game Boy Advance, and now I have this Legacy collection. Here I am playing this game, getting mad, all because of Rome.
Thank you for sharing the pain with me. Because I cried and I got mad playing those games.
Dude, you cried or like literally cried, or
it was like the stages of grief, but I'm happy now. I'm over it now.
Okay.
Like those games are stressful. Let's just leave it at that.
Okay.
Those games are stressful, but they're great games. They're great games. They're very stressful.
I beat Mega Man Zero earlier today, bro.
Oh, let's go.
I didn't realize using the triple rod on the final boss just made him free. Yeah.
But yo, Kenshi, what you're saying, man, that's real, man. Like how you want to, inspire people to play pretty much, man, or have them want to, buy a game and then continue to grind it and stuff like that, man. That's real, man. That's really real, because this goes into my next question, and then after this question, then we're going to kind of like speed things up. But with streaming, like, how do you want to like help people, like, or how are you helping people now whenever you stream, pretty much? Rome?
So this actually kind of goes on with a goal I should have mentioned before, but you said how helping people stream?
No.
Like while
like,
streaming, how do you help?
Yeah, while you're streaming, like how are you helping someone like that's watching, like how they will get like inspired or motivated or something like that, or informed or something like that, or just entertained?
So this is kind of hard to directly explain, but I can honestly say it's just the feelings people get from watching, I guess. Like I don't like directly I can't like directly tell people, like if someone's having a bad day, all I can do is try to make their day easy by like whether I'm telling jokes, whether something funny happens during the game, and I guess that helps. But I've had people that have said to me, your streams are welcome, and I always like being here. Even simple things like, yo, your alerts, I like your alerts, so I hang out to see if I hear like one of your alerts go off, or is I guess just the interaction too. People really like the interaction. So when I do stuff like song requests, and I'm the type of person where as long as you're not playing anything that'll violate TOS, I don't care. We've had things from like the Family Matters opening to like an Inuyasha opening to like 3 minutes of like just what's that commercial? What's that the Flex Seal? It was like a 3-minute Flex Seal commercial playing in the background. Like So and people find that stuff funny. So it's like, I think the way I guess help people is by just putting on a show for them. They see my energy, and whatever I'm playing, they're there watching. And which is what I want. I want people to watch me, not necessarily watch the game. That's why I am a variety streamer, and I just stream a bunch of games. I don't just like, stay on one.
Yes.
But like, it's because I want that. I want people to stay for me. I don't want people to come, oh, you're just playing, KOF today, so I'll just only watch you when you play KOF, or you're only playing this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
hate
So
that.
yeah. But I mean, I understand if you're an FGC streamer and you only stream that's fine. Like, I get it. But like, for me personally, I started this to just play video games as a whole, not just, one specific genre. So I guess just to answer and sum it up real quick is that I don't know how to directly help people. All I know how to do is be entertaining, talk to them in the chat. I ask everybody how their day was all the time, and I try to like be understanding and understand, like listen to them and get what's going on with them. So I guess if I'm like just someone to talk to, I'm someone just to hang out. If you're just laughing or whatever the emotion is I'm giving you, if it's a positive emotion, I guess that's me like indirectly helping you. So
cool. Word. That's what's up. All right, Elkie, what about you, man? How are you in your own words? Whenever you stream, how are you helping, the viewer?
The viewer?
Yeah.
Yeah, us.
Yeah, us.
I haven't really put that much thought into them or you or. I don't know. I think I'm surprised how much value people, at least what they tell me, get out of streams.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so how like I keep saying I'm gonna quit. I keep talking about quitting streaming and retire from streaming, like Rome was gonna retire from.
I knew it. I knew it was coming. I felt
damn right.
I felt it coming.
Probably the thing that makes it the hardest to do it seriously is that it seems like every single time I start getting thoughts like that, like, okay, maybe I should wrap this up, I get somebody that comes out of the woodwork and just hits me up out of nowhere and said, hey man, thanks, I was having a really bad week, your stream really picked me up. And that's the kind of thing, like when you hear it, how are you supposed to quit?
Right.
You can't.
Do you feel like obligated now to continue when you
like what level of Grinch do you have to be at that point with your heart 2 sizes too small to flick on your video game once a week and play with these people that you claim that you care whether or not they show up or not?
Like, just to say something, Elkie, real quick. Like, I can't count how many times I've worked on a Friday and came home just like mad at the world and just like wanted to just like burn it all down. And I'm like, oh, Elkie's streaming. Let's play KOF. Like, it helps. It definitely helps.
It's I don't know if it was always that way. Like, I don't know, like in the 2010s, like if it had that effect on people, like if they really put that much stock into it. But it's certainly true now. I think it's HD. I don't think people were able to connect back in like the 240p.
Damn. Oh man.
Because that's why you
the
get
Justin
away with
TV days.
That's why you could get away with that jank ass dazzle, right?
Oh
like,
yeah.
That dazzle.
I still use it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like, dude, it is. You're like, oh man, how could you stream off of a netbook? You could stream off of a netbook because you were pushing like a video signal that was freaking smaller than your average photo.
Yep.
Like, it was. It's strange. I actually lie because one of the first streams that kind of got me into it and like wanting to like emulate somebody was DZ knows who I'm talking about when I'm talking about hopscotch.
Oh man, woo! That takes me back.
Like, Hops was
I
Probably.
loved his streams.
he basically laid out a blueprint for a lot of other people that knew him as far as like what a good like entertaining stream, and like you talk about like showing up and it kind of turning your day around. I swear like nobody needed it more than him, and it worked for him, and it worked because it worked for him, it worked for everybody that was watching. And I think sharing that catharsis is kind of like what is one of the most driving factors at this point. Like it's that appreciate, like, dude, you can't believe how many people like come in, watch like every week, never say a word.
Lurkers.
They don't say shit. They will come in and lurk for a month. You have no idea who this dude is, but he knows who you are. Been watching you for like over 100 hours now. And it's for every person that speaks up and says something to you, you can guarantee there's probably 10 that don't. And that's the effect that you kind of got to realize that you have sometimes, like when you think that you get that imposter syndrome happening. You're like, why am I doing this? I'm not that good. Why would anybody stop my jank ass stream? Man, I don't even have a good overlay. No, if somebody swings by and their day is better for it, then honestly, that's about the best I could hope for as far as doing something for somebody else.
Cool. Well said, man. Well said. Dizzy, what about you, man?
What was the question again about what we do for the viewer, right?
Oh yeah. In your own way, how are you helping someone that's watching your stream?
Well, I just try to be entertaining in the game and out of the game.
Yeah.
So I had someone tell me that the main so before recently, like when I started streaming fighting games on occasion and like Overwatch and stuff like that, I was primarily an Anarchy Reign streamer, if anybody remembers that game. So the main reason I had people come to that stream was to watch me die in as many different ways as possible.
Yeah.
In like the most hilarious fashion. Like, I mean, silly stuff like dying off of trades and things like that. It's just like, and like people come in and it's like, oh, where's these going to be when the plane lands on him today? Like, like little stuff like that. So it's just like, and when it happens and like, the chat kind of goes, I don't want to say wild, but like when the chat like picks up and random stuff happens to me, it like, I kind of like that. So I guess you can say, I'm trying to make people smile through my misfortune. But ultimately, like whether it's something random happening or like I don't do it on purpose. Like I'm just playing just to play. I just happen to have that kind of luck. I know one time I had like 25 viewers. I was streaming the original Resident Evil 3. And at the like 15 years I spent playing that game, Nemesis did one thing that he never did, and I died for it.
Yeah.
And I think like 3 different people clipped that.
Whoa, shit.
Like it was the same moment, and they had different timestamps, but it was the same section of my stream that 3 different people. And these aren't even people that I know. They're just like, hey, like the link was going around, and they're just like, hey, watch this dumbass dive to this 20-year-old game. So it's I just try to be entertaining. Like I try to make people smile. I try to interact with the chat when I can. I feel like I have the kind of personality to where I can make people laugh even when I'm going through bullshit. So yeah. That's what I try to go for when I stream most of the time.
Okay. Well said. So I'll answer this question. We'll skip Kenshi for now since he so eloquently answered it.
I like
in the
that plan.
past. Yeah, and in the previous question. I would say for myself, for this channel, basically to just cultivate the community, for KOF SNK games, let people know or inform people that, we have a community here in the USA for KOF for SNK games, nothing religious. Like, if you want to play with us, feel free. If you want to be informed, we got you. That's really it. And then for my personal channel is just to, share the love of, KOF and other random forms of media that I might share. Probably go through memory lane and stuff like that. Get your like nostalgic fixing and stuff like that. Just to make you reminisce of better times and help you feel better throughout the day, or maybe the opposite. But that's mainly the way that I feel that I help people, man. I remember early on when I was telling you guys I did locals is that I wanted to help people by, just letting them know that, we play this game locally and you could play this game too. Like, maybe you might play it a few times in like arcade mode or something, you don't have no one to play with, and, you stumble upon the stream or the VOD and you're like, oh shit, like I could play this game with people locally, or I could try to start my own scene in my, in my own city or town. Maybe I can just start by playing with, my friends or my little brother or sister or something like that. That was my goal or my way of helping people early on, is just to, motivate them to want to play as well, and then do their own thing too, like start their own stream, start their own, YouTube channel and stuff like that. Like, pretty much similar to what Kenshi was saying, just inspire people to just want to play and enjoy the game too, and express their love for, SNK games, KOF, pretty much, so why don't we do this? All right, let's speed things up and throw out just some tips. What I might do is just throw out just like a random fact or not a random fact, but just like a random question about streaming and how, it'll help you grow or retain your numbers or something like that. And then if y'all have any tips that you have, just throw it in. Just throw it in a pot, you know what I'm saying? And we can have the stream, ask or respond or something like that too. So why don't we do this? Or why don't we throw this in the discussion? Webcam. Do you think that helps as far as connecting with people or not? Or do you think it matters? Anybody could answer it.
I think it does help, like, so people can see like reactions and like engage with your actual emotions that you're displaying. Because if you're really quiet and you don't have a camera on, but you're really mad and your face is showing it, how's your viewers gonna know until you scream "fuck" as loud as you can? Like, how are they gonna know? Yeah. They're not gonna know. So I think it definitely helps to have like a camera on you, even though like having that camera on you can also be really stressful. Like Elkie was saying earlier, one of the biggest issues that I have when it comes to juggling equipment is my camera disconnects all the damn time. Oh my
gosh,
yeah.
So like if I don't notice it and then I'm just like, I see it later on and I'm like, oh, that happened, shit. Now I gotta fix all this, and I'm like, how long have I been making this stupid ass face in this still image? So like, I mean, it is something that I think is very helpful, but at the same time, if you're talkative, I don't think you need it.
I think it's like you said, to tack on, it's definitely very essential, I think, on the higher end. The only time I don't think it's necessarily needed is especially if you're like one of these serious fighting game players, like let's say like you mentioned the Kill Sage earlier, very strong player. People like him, I think strong players that are just focusing on playing the game and they just want to get good matches, I think they don't necessarily need to worry about it. Kind of like speedrunners. If you're watching a speedrun, 9 times out of 10 your eyes are only on everything that's happening in the game. So I don't think speedrunners necessarily need a webcam because they're so in tune with the game that they can't even really check the chat. But I think just for overall humor, just for overall, seeing reactions and seeing expressions and stuff like that, and just people do like to see you because I guess it humanizes you a bit.
Yeah. Yep.
And so I think it's definitely like I always try to have my camera on because people love to see the goofy expressions I make when I get hit by bullshit. Like when something dumb happens, I'm just like my face, and then it definitely helps. It adds to the humor. You see a bunch of like people laughing in the chat. So I think 8 to 9 times out of 10, you should have webcam on if possible. Mm-hmm. But if you're one of those streamers where you're not talkative, you're just playing the game. Like if you're pretending like you're just by yourself and you're just like, normally you're by yourself, you're playing the game, you're not talking to yourself or anything. But if you're one of those streamers who just like, you're all about the game, whether you're speed running or you're very intense or like practicing in the match, you don't really need a speed run. You don't really need a camera because the chat's going to talk to each other basically. So.
Okay, well said.
Yeah.
Anyone else got any thoughts on that? Just throw it out.
I mean, going back to the camera thing, it helps to have a cam, but if you think that you can keep the chat entertained without one, don't feel like you have to. Like it's recommended. I'm recommending that you have a cam, but if you don't. Like if you really want to start streaming and you don't have the means or the funds or whatever the case may be, or your camera sucks or something like that, just try to be as entertaining as you can. One particular streamer I know a lot of the FGC knows of is Dino. Dino does not use a cam on any of his streams, but the level of engagement he gives the chat on top of the variety of games that he streams is what helps him keep his viewership. I don't even know what he looks like, but I tune into his streams about every chance that I get. And another tip that I can offer if you don't have a cam is that if you can't put your camera on the stream, then put the chat on the stream. If you put the chat on the stream so people can see like, oh, when I put something in the chat, it's going to show up on stream. That'll help people want to engage in the chat a little more, which will give you something to talk about when, let's say, like action in the game isn't really popping right now. Okay, well, you could take a peek at the chat because you have the chat overlay. I know Streamlabs makes it really easy to put the chat on your stream. There's other applications that can do that as well.
Oh yeah.
So use a webcam if you can. If you don't have a webcam, keep engaged with the chat. If you find keeping engaged with the chat difficult, put the chat on your stream.
Okay. All right. Okay. Any thoughts on that? I think you chimed in a little bit about the webcam or not.
I'm probably a little more 50-50 than most. So I think it really comes down to a style choice more than anything. And if your stream gets any sort of traction with or without, it is jarring to change.
Yeah.
Like if people aren't used to seeing you and then they start seeing you all the time, it's like weird. And if you have one and then take it away after a while, that's also kind of like
you're like, hey, where'd they go?
I do that all the time.
If you can try to establish that, kind of make a choice one way or another early on, because it kind of defines your channel in a way.
Yeah.
Like if you've ever tuned in and watched Vine Sauce, there is no extras visually on that channel. Like when there's gameplay running, it's only gameplay. No chat, no webcam, no overlay, nothing. And did I lose somebody?
I think DZ probably disconnected.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, you need a webcam.
Clink. I just hung up.
So it's really a stylistic thing. I think it is easier for people to
shut up.
relate to you and kind of connect. But at the same time, do you want them to? Do you want to let people in that much? This behind me is the most presentable 9 square feet of this room.
I feel that.
Yeah, don't show your mess on your stream if you can help it.
Oh hell, yeah! Don't
Green screen.
don't be like that dude with his pants around his knees playing on that fight stick. That
Oh my god, that
Oh,
picture is
Oh,
so
legendary.
What on the Tekken 5 arcade stick?
Yeah.
so cursed.
Legendary.
Sitting on the bed, right? On the
Yeah.
mattress. Oh my
This
god.
is
You don't want anyone to come to your stream and be like, "You damn bitch, you live like this." Like you don't want that.
But
and,
I guess it depends on the person. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes that's their style. Like Elkie said.
and I also think, like, if your cam setup ain't so good, I'm one of those people where if you're not happy with it, hide it. Like, don't do that. Like, if you're like, oh man, this room's like hella dark, and the light that does come in like makes me look funny, kind of makes me look like like I'm some sort of registered offender or something like that.
Damn! Holy crap!
Like,
Oh damn! We getting
Wait.
dark.
wait until you get a couple other things, because I'm telling you right now, it's probably not your camera, it's probably your lights.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Like,
lighting. Oof.
Lighting is important.
lighting is way, like, if you have a webcam that's not built into a laptop, it's probably good enough. It's probably good enough. Just get your lights under control and you'll be fine.
Yeah, laptop webcams suck. Like,
Yeah.
I'm on a laptop right now, and I had to buy a separate webcam just for this. Like, not even for streaming, like just for the Dreamcast podcast, because I was just sick of like being here one moment and then being here like a frame later. And I was just like, no, I can't keep doing this.
Yeah, I mean, it can be, if you want to go that way, like, decide early. You say, I'm going to get to a point where I'm going to get my webcam set up and it's going to be like choice. But you don't have to do that. You really don't. You can go without, and people will get used to that shit, where you are a disembodied voice. You are a narrator more so than an actual like on-screen person. And there's a lot of like there's a point in there, I think, where we're starting to like sell ourselves short a little bit as far as like getting kind of creative about how we do our streams. Like, I know I'm lazy as shit about putting my stream together, and I've had like lots of ideas about more gimmicks and more things to try out and almost borderline performance art stuff to do, which I know, like, now that I kind of understand like how a lot of the people that come and watch think, like, I have ideas that I know would probably resonate with them, but I just haven't pulled the trigger on it. And don't be too, don't be like me. Don't be an old tired bastard wishing he'd done stuff. Like,
You called yourself old this time, not me.
I know I'm old. Like, I peed right before I sat down. I got to pee again. That's where I think like Rome's been doing a good job. Is like he's kind of been pushing it kind of harder than like most other people. Like, out of everybody that does like 14 streams, he tries more shit. He does more stuff. He plays around with the setup more and kind of experimenting and changing stuff up is good, because we don't need yet another stream that looks exactly the same.
Right, we all got to switch it up. Yeah, I agree.
He bootlegged my overlay.
Yeah, I use Kenshi as a
No,
I told
template,
Kenshi.
right?
Yeah, I used them as a template, but then I just added all the dumb stuff. So you got like San smacking her butt. You got Joe pulling his pants down. Two Tams are like this. I was like, let's use Kenshi as a inspiration, and then just like tweak things around, because it catch. You want to catch the eye and like have them there.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, no, I agree. Like, your overlay looks like something I definitely have made back in like 2017, like where I had like the 3 sprites at the bottom and everything,
My overlay is so ghetto. It is hilarious, dude. I took me like 10 minutes to make it. But I'm
I
like,
know. It's so easy.
I could have spent $80 on something professional that looks like everything else. You know what I mean? But no, I'll
Right.
just do something stupid and keep people around. You know, I guess so.
I definitely agree with it. I mean, like,
Yeah.
it works. I'd never have anyone make my shit. I always make my own overlays, my own alerts, everything.
Word. Before we get into those, I do have some questions about that. I will say about the webcam thing. I think when you're first starting out, if you have a webcam, go ahead and use it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's, you know, it's easier to connect with people when you know see their face, and make sure that it's like a good size and everything for people can see you and connect with you, especially when you're first like starting out. If you don't have it, then don't you don't have to use it if you don't have it. You know what I'm saying? Just, you know, use whatever you have. You know, just put the whole game screen on the screen. You know, stretch it all the way out. You know, and then whenever you feel comfortable to update or upgrade, feel free. You know, I do also feel like a lot of people that don't use the webcam at all, and then, you know, they have pretty good viewership. Those people, you know, they already have their like fans and stuff outside of Twitch already. You know, they already know who they are pretty much, you know, through other forms of content and social media and stuff like that. So they don't really need it. I mean, especially if you're like super popular, man, you don't need it at all.
You don't need it.
Like, for example,
it's nice to have. But...
For example, y'all remember, I don't know if any of y'all caught this, but Snoop Dogg, he streamed one day. I forgot what game he streamed. I think he was streaming like Call of Duty or something like that. And like, he didn't have no webcam, no camera, had thousands of people in the chat just going nuts. Oh my God, Snoop Dogg, Snoop Dogg, Snoop Dogg. Another example.
It's Snoop Dogg streaming. You can't walk away from that.
Exactly.
The visibility on his stream would be about 4 inches in front of the cam. Like, what's the point?
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I think that's the only day he streamed too. I couldn't catch any other day. And then another example is like a very popular streamer, or player, Sonic Fox. You know,
I was about to say that.
Yeah, he doesn't have any camera. I don't think I've heard him talk on stream. You know,
he has the most poverty setup.
Yeah, I tuned into Sonic Fox at like 4 a.m. one day, and he still had like, they still had like 500 plus.
Yeah, and sometimes he goes like AFK, you know, in training mode and stuff like that. People still going nuts. You know what I'm saying?
But that's,
he's popular.
But like Fox also like plays in the nude like a lot.
Oh, what the fuck? Oh shit!
Yeah.
How do you know this?
I mean, I don't know that, but you know.
Oh, okay.
I'm just
shit. Okay.
Interesting.
Damn. Yeah, I didn't.
Biggest
wow. Maybe that's why.
I was gonna throw my 2 cents in and say it goes back to what I said before about like your style of play too. If Sonic Fox is playing, he's mostly grinding for like, let's say, an upcoming tournament. Yeah. So people will just watch strong players. They know these guys. Justin Wong's not that entertaining. He doesn't need to have a webcam on. And I'm not trying to be like, that's not a joke on him. It's just true. Justin Wong is all about the game. So these guys can have like, you know, 1,000 viewers just watching them just play matches and just be really good. Yeah. But that's because they have a bit of popularity from, you know, their success in the gaming. Now, if you're starting out, I suggest you get a webcam, you know, but once again, slowly upgrade things. Like I started, like when I first started streaming, I was doing the crappy PS4 streams with like a terrible mic. Then I got a PS4 webcam. Then I was like, this is not going to work. And then I bought a PC and I started slowly updating. Got a crappy mic at first, and I updated my mic. Then I fixed my audio, and then, you know, you just change your lighting, and you just kind of. It's good to start off. If people see the effort of you starting, that's the good thing. But then just, you know, slowly upgrade. Yeah. Not everybody has not everybody's rich. We can't just buy everything right then and there. So like I understand that, but like definitely, just, you know, just slow things up, start upgrading bit by bit. You know,
quick, prioritize your audio quality.
Oh my God.
Nothing will drive people away from your stream faster than audio that is like actively hurting them to listen to.
Yeah.
Or if you can't hear it at all.
The visuals can be pure cancer. But as long as you sound like smooth jazz, they'll give you the benefit of the doubt.
That's true.
Yeah. I've seen streams where they're like 1080 60, but their audio is decent, like
Yeah.
the whole stream.
Oh yeah, that's
And,
yeah.
I'm like, I can't watch this. Like,
Desynced audio, echoes. I remember when I first started and I knew nothing about filters or anything. I streamed Def Jam Fight for New York for 6 hours and it had a terrible echo. And I had no idea what to do. Couldn't even watch it. It was unwatchable.
Mm.
So, definitely that's, tack on what Elkie said. Audio, spend a whole day and just learn how to learn everything about audio. Because it's not easy. It's not easy to do. So
I would say spend an hour or two before you stream and just test and just save the settings.
I was just gonna say that.
And
like record yourself
and keep testing, because sometimes your damn software will reset the settings and shit, or sometimes you might tinker around with something in the setting and it might go over to another scene and mess stuff up. So I always test before I stream anything, because you never know. Sometimes I might mess something up by accident. Elkie, look like you want to just jump out the screen.
Don't trust the chat.
Oh my God, do not trust the chat.
You asked them?
Yeah.
You asked them, how's the audio? Oh, it's good.
They are not. Go back into the VOD. You're bleeding through the
Elkie, do you think you should wait until someone says something, or just if someone says, "Yo, we can't hear you" or something like that, or
one or two things, do a test beforehand, with a recording.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
See how it is.
Yeah.
Or two, get another streamer that you trust to check in and give you feedback.
Yeah.
Because they're gonna give a shit. They're gonna be honest with you and say, "Hey man, you got your audio's desynced by probably a few hundred millisecond or something, or
right.
You're getting an echo or something like that." Your average viewer, no.
Oh yeah.
Sounds good. You can be muted.
And they'll say you sound good.
Sounds good.
Yeah, some people troll,
yeah, that too.
Well, but if you're muted, how do they know that you asked about the audio?
Because if I've typed that shit in before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
One time I was watching YouTube videos and I muted myself briefly and forgot to unmute. So we were watching Dragon Ball Z movies actually. 2/3 of the movie was muted. No, I'm talking, monologuing. I'm thinking no one in the chat is talking. I'm like, I see viewers, but no one's talking. I'm just monologuing. Someone comes in, "Hey, Rome, yo, you're muted." I'm like, "What?" And I've been muted for 40 minutes.
Yeah.
No one told me that. And I'm like, "Yo, why did no one say anything?" They were like, "We thought you knew." I'm like, "Why would I be talking?" You see my mouth moving, but my mic is muted. I'm like, why didn't anyone say anything?
You think you've been bombing for the last 40 minutes. Nothing is landing.
I'm like, there's 10 people here and no one's chatting. And I gotta move my mouth. So I'm monologuing, talking about the DBZ movie, making jokes, laughing at my own jokes.
Yeah.
And no one's saying anything. Someone comes in, "Oh, you're muted." I'm like,
really? Oh man.
On the opposite side of the spectrum, if you ever have to do something while you're streaming, let's say you get a phone call that you just can't ignore or something like that, for the love of God, remember to mute. Because I've seen people put their business out there. I've seen people put other stuff out there and they're not on Switch anymore. For the love of God, please mute. And I mean really mute. Streamer mode on Discord is your best friend. If you're going to put your web browser on the stream, because I know Elkie does and he wants to show us videos sometimes and stuff like that. Close any suspect tabs.
I pull up a completely separate browser.
Yes, that's the best way you can do it.
You think Microsoft Edge is useless? It's not useless.
No. I swear by Chrome, but if I'm streaming, I'm opening Firefox.
And watch it with Chrome. Be careful with Chrome, because that shit eats RAM it's spaghetti, man.
I agree.
Yeah, I watch a lot of weird ASMR, so I was mindful on my YouTube.
Of course you do.
I love ASMR. It helps me sleep.
I like it too, man.
Yeah, man.
He said weird ASMR. There's a difference.
Well, both. Weird and normal,
Yeah.
You watching this woman eat celery? Yeah.
Yo, I love her. She's so funny.
I don't watch the food ASMR.
I don't like hearing people eat, man. That's disgusting, man.
That's weird.
Yeah,
She just
yeah,
has the whole head, and it just like
Weirdest ASMR.
Full cabbage.
yeah.
I think the weirdest ASMR. This one called ASMR Angelica ASMR.
Oh my
She's just
god,
really
man!
funny.
She, the comedy. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, oh, you watch her too?
Yeah, yeah. She's hilarious.
She's fine as hell too.
Oh, yeah, 100%. But yo, yeah, we'll get into that later, man. Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
chat about ASMR later, man. Yeah. For sure.
What's her
ne-
Angelica?
Oh man, he's searching for it right now. All right.
Oh my goodness.
Another question for y'all. Do any of y'all have any content anywhere else, like on YouTube or anything? Like how important do y'all think it is to like have like video content, you know what I'm saying, to help grow your stream?
I feel like YouTube helps, but a lot of people prefer to interact with the streamer live. So if you put a YouTube video on Twitter, yeah, a couple people are gonna watch it, a couple people are gonna retweet it and like it and things like that. But if you put a Twitch link, they're gonna click that link and come watch you stream if they're interested. So I feel like if you're going to concurrently run YouTube and Twitch, I would shift your focus towards Twitch. Maybe put your VODs on YouTube once you're finished streaming. That'll probably be a good way to keep your YouTube avenue growing while also streaming. And it also helps your workload, because if you stream a lot, but then you're also worried about like cutting videos up to put on YouTube, that's going to eat up a lot of your time. Where if you just stream and there's like, oh man, I streamed, I got the VOD on my computer, boom, put that VOD on YouTube, you're done.
Sure.
Because you already worked on your layout, you already worked on your content, and this is another reason why I say putting the chat on your stream helps, because if you're just talking, people know what you're talking about if you're interacting with the chat. So if you're gonna do both, I would say lean towards Twitch, but just try not to don't let YouTube get like too far behind.
I would say in response to that, I kind of stopped putting like whole like archives on YouTube and just cut up like the best like sections of those, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Compilations are also good.
And like I started to learn is I started just like creating content that doesn't have much of anything to do with my stream, just like original like content, you know, stuff that people are searching for, you know. I felt that helps quite a bit, man, because like people like again, unless you're famous, people ain't gonna watch like a 2-hour archive of you know, playing whatever, you know what I'm saying, unless it's something special, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. So I believe on YouTube, yeah, just create original content, you know what I'm saying, something searchable that people are looking for, something that's like hella informative. Like for example, a good example is Juicebox. You know, he made a lot of good tutorials, you know, and all of his like content on YouTube, you know, guess what? People find those and they find him on Twitch. You know, a lot of other, you know, streamers and YouTubers have that too. They have all their like tutorials and stuff on there. They have like their little reaction videos and stuff and craziest moments on YouTube, and then, you know, they just put the link in the description or whatever, or just people just find them, just search on there, and then they find them on Twitch, you know. So I definitely believe, put your highlights on YouTube, put those clips on Twitter or Facebook.
Oh, I was about to get into that.
Yes,
like the ones
yes.
I've been doing that a lot. I'd rather do that than stream sometime, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, put those on there, you know, because like people they have really short attention spans. Put the informative stuff or the motivational crap on YouTube, you know, or the highlights if you're doing like an online tournament or something, or any kind of event. Yeah, put those highlights on there. Chop them up if you want to, you know, conceptualize it, you know, and then, you know, people will start finding you on Twitch, you know, or, you know, vice versa. Anyone else got any thing, you know, say about that?
Yeah, just real quick to tack on with that last part with Twitter. One of the things that's helped me grow my channel a lot in a short amount of time was the clips, because something dumb always happens on my stream. Yeah. So, and then what I started doing is like I'll upload the clip, and then I'll put like, I'm going live now, I'm gonna be playing this game. So it's like you just saw the clip and you're like, oh, this is funny, and then the stream link is right there. So if you're like, oh, let me see if something's going on now, you know. In addition to that, the stupid photoshops I make, which
I was just gonna say that. Like, I thought
Yeah.
your big thing was putting your face on random.
Yeah, that has helped too. Like, I've gotten followers. I got plenty of followers in the past that have just like, oh, I saw your picture on Twitter, and they would follow. And whether they hung out for the rest of that stream, or some of them are even regulars now, the fact that they saw that knows that I'm like reaching out. Like, you saw my dumb photoshops, which I refuse to get good at them. Like, people are like, you can do this to clean it up. You can take class. No,
They're funny because they're bad.
Exactly. They're supposed to look as jank as possible. I don't want to be a professional at this. Make these look terrible, as bad as they can. And it's like, between that and uploading clips, it's like, that definitely will help you grow your channel, because people will see that, and then it's like taste. Like, oh wow, that's pretty funny. What happened? Okay, let me now I'll follow.
Yeah.
So that, I think stuff like that, just announcing yourself. I think, like, especially if you don't have a schedule, you shouldn't just go live. And I feel like I even know friends that are like small streamers that are like, I tell them all the time, let me know when you're going live. I'll come. They'll just go live randomly. I'll see them live and they'll have like 0 viewers. And that's discouraging when you don't have anybody watching you.
Damn,
so it's like,
that's another thing I wanted to bring up. Yeah, keep going.
Yeah, well, no, I'm just gonna say that's like pretty much it. To tack on with the YouTube content too. Use your YouTube content and your social media to help build your Twitch.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I will say about the clips, there is a way to download those clips, like, the file, you know what I'm saying, and then put it up on YouTube. Because if you just post the URL, like, I don't think it don't even show the video. It just shows like a little screenshot, you know what I'm saying, of the video. So I would say definitely like find a way to download the clip. Maybe even use like a screen sharing recording program or something like that. You can even use OBS or something, or to like record the screen some way, somehow. Put it up on Facebook, put it up on Twitter, and conceptualize it, put a funny caption on it, and then people start liking it if it's good. Let's see. Schedule. Ron was talking about schedule. So how do y'all feel about scheduling your streams?
Worst mistake I ever made.
I hate it.
I like the freedom of being an impromptu streamer. Like, I would like to get a schedule, but there's so many people that stream that have established schedules, and then on top of that, you also don't want to stream during, when they start back up again. You don't want to stream during major events, like, especially if you're going to be streaming like one of the games that featured at that event on a stream, because no one's going to watch you at that point.
Right.
If they do, they're really dedicated to you, and you should appreciate that. But it's like, if let's say Common Breaker was still happen, and like they're going to stream KOF on Saturday night, and I normally stream KOF on Saturday night. I'm not going to stream that Saturday night because I know better.
Well, what about beforehand?
Beforehand, of course.
Okay.
But like so that's what I'm saying is, if you have a schedule and you see that something big is coming up and that's going to cut into your schedule, if you want to adjust your day, you can do one of two things. You can adjust your day just for that week or for that moment. Like, okay, I normally go Saturdays, but this major's on Saturday. All right, let me do Friday.
I think
you can do that, or you can take a week off.
Yeah, I think informing like your audience is important too. You know what I'm saying? Don't just like go ghost, but let them know like, yo, not going
let them know like, okay, such and such event is going on. I'm not going to stream this day, or I'll stream this day instead. Yeah.
From my experience, if you're going to reschedule your stream around an event, always do it later. Either after the event, like later hours, or like the following day or something.
Yeah.
Never move it up, because everyone's going to miss it. Everybody's going to forget. If you try to do it earlier in the day, or God help you the day before, the word's not going to get out. They're not going to know. They're not going to know it's not there until they show up and it's not there. Like, don't count on people paying attention. Ever.
Yeah.
Not until they get slapped in the face. What do you mean? What do you mean you're not here? Well, no. That's why I see it like it's one of those things I never think of. But changing out your offline image sometimes
Ooh.
is something that not many people do.
I haven't
know
changed
that.
mine since 2017.
I don't
Mine-
even know if I have one.
Mine is default. I don't have.
I changed mine to my schedule, and I wrote it out all janky in like Microsoft
I want to do that.
Paint.
I wanna
Yeah,
do-
you know, that's
Like,
that's one
it's
thing I do.
however you can slap somebody across the face with that information, the most effective. Like you really have to just crack them between the eyes with a 2x4 with any sort of change to what is regular.
Mm.
It's the most luck that I've had when it came to rescheduling was doing it immediately following an event. And if you can, start just before it ends.
So that way people could just ease off. Like, if,
And
Then
then
it'll easily come to you. Yeah.
yeah.
and then
Yeah.
like, oh, I still want to keep watching this game, and then find their way to you. Rather
More
than there just being this dead spot. Oh, no one's streaming. Okay, I'm off for the night.
More people go through game tags than you think. Like that's how, like, if you're like going back to what I was saying before about streaming some random Kusoge game that you didn't think would be popular, people crawl those tags.
Oh
So
yeah, they save them and follow them.
exactly. Don't, so you know, going back to what Elkie was saying, if you start right before that bigger stream ends, then they'll be like, oh, I want to keep watching KOF14. Who's streaming? And then they see, you know, it, especially in a game like KOF, it's just like there's not that many people streaming it at one time, I guess you could say. So they're going to see that big event that's about to end, and they're probably going to see you within like the first 5 channels that they see on that tag. So, or not just KOF, but like any game that's not really like that you don't see at the very top when you click that browse tab. So it's just like, you know, try to make a segue for people.
Well said, man.
Yeah. Can I just want to hop in with the schedule. Just keep it short, but I'm in the middle of that because I think a schedule is great until you stop going by it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yep.
That's the problem. Because you know you want to train your viewers. Like for me, like since I stream a bunch of games, every Wednesday you know you're getting a fighting game stream. I might stream fighting games Friday, but usually that's never the plan. Or like a Saturday that I'm off from work or whatever. I usually like I'll just do that sometime. But every Wednesday you know you're getting a fighting game. So if you're not really interested in me, and that's fine, but you want to watch me play KOF or Sam Show or now Grand Blue or Puzzle Fighter, you know that on Wednesdays Rome is streaming fighting games, so you're gonna come there. And even with Elkie, everyone knows by now for the past 2 years, Elkie's been doing King of Fridays. So even though that's his only stream right now, you know every Friday, okay, go to Elkie Dory stream at 9 p.m. There's gonna be King of Fighters, there's gonna be laughter, party mode, what have you, you know, stir up holes with Rome sometimes in there, you know, what have you, right? But you know, it's like it's a schedule, right? At the end of the day. And I do think that's how you train your viewers and you train people to know, okay, Rome's gonna go live here, or DZ's gonna go live here, or Kenshi's streaming Mega Man Zero on Tuesdays. So I know if I love that game, Tuesdays I gotta go to Kenshi stream. So that's good. But when you start to fumble and you don't keep up, which I am the biggest sinner of that. I've tried so hard, like, oh, I'm gonna stream right now. Even now, it's like, oh, I'm going live at 7, and then 7:45. Hey guys, how you doing? You know, and that's where it becomes hard. And you know, I was in not a really bad dark place, but towards the end of last year, seeping into like early this year, I was kind of like really mentally drained. And it wasn't necessarily streaming, but it was like outside forces, just like, you know, life was just, you know, you just get depressed every once in a while. So that was affecting my stream schedule. So I would have like a 5-day stream planned out. And then right when it's time for me to go stream, I'm in bed sleeping.
Damn.
Or I'm asking someone else to cover. Yeah, man, it was rough. I had friends doing Whack Wednesday for me. Marco did it for me a few times because
I've done it for you a few times.
Yeah, Kenshi knows. Kenshi's done it for me. And last minute, and I appreciate you for that, Kenshi, because it would be like 3 minutes before I start, and I'm like, hey, Kenshi, can you do this? And it just like I was like mentally out of it. So like that's something like I've been focusing.
You're that guy at work that calls out like right before his shift, and then like
No. I'm the manager. I'm the assistant
no.
manager.
I'm just saying like if you looked at streaming like as that kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like you
Like-
start at 10 at 9:58. I'm on the phone. Hey, you can't make it.
Hey, can you cover me? What?
I'm not that irresponsible. But just to shorten it, yeah, basically that's when like streaming wasn't it like I said, it wasn't the streaming, it was everything around that was affecting it.
Mhm.
So in that aspect, schedule can be messed up because if you tell people, hey, I'm streaming today, and you don't stream that day, why should I trust you? Why should I come back? You know what I mean? And you don't want to lose that audience. So when you do have a set schedule, no matter how many days, if it's one day or if it's all 7 days, I think it's very good and it keeps you consistent. You know, it keeps people coming. So.
Okay. Kensha, you say you don't like the schedule at all.
I hate it. Like, okay, so I used to stream on a schedule. I actually used to stream on a schedule.
What was your schedule?
I can't remember it too well now, but I
Hold
remember
on, I've got
this day. This day was KOF. This day was Tekken. This day was Mega Man. This day was KOF again. This day was Tekken again. It was something like that.
Damn.
And because this is when I was unemployed and I was streaming all the time anyways. So I was like, yeah, I'll do a schedule. I'm streaming every day anyway. The moment I made that schedule, I regretted it. Because, you know, it's one thing to stream every day because you want to, but it's another thing to stream every day because you're obligated to. So what that ended up doing to me is it took the whole I want to play this game and I want people to watch me factor out. It just eliminated it. And it was just like, shit, I gotta fucking stream this game today? And I don't even want to play Tekken, but that's what they expect. Yes, I'm going to be playing Tekken.
Yeah.
Throws the controller, gets mad, don't want to play, not enjoying it.
Yeah. And when your mood's like that, the chat can feel it and they don't want to be a part of
Oh,
Yeah. They definitely feel it. They don't like it. And that is definitely one thing that I regret doing. That's why I don't have a schedule on my stream anymore. I have a list of the games that I do play, the games that you can expect to see me play, but in my schedule tab, I'm like, I used to have one, but now I have a part-time job, and I don't know.
Do you
That's
think?
what it says.
Do you think?
So what
Kenshi, do you think maybe you kind of went in a little too hard, man? Like with it, it's almost like like you said, a whole week. Oh, he found it. Yeah.
You found the schedule.
All right, because the thing is, you did do Thursdays. You know what I'm
I
saying?
did.
Once a week. You know. Did you
Okay,
feel like
so,
that
like-
was like an adequate change for you, or did you still feel like, man, fuck that Thursday stuff?
Those Tuesdays and Thursday streams, I actually love that picture that I made for myself. But my biggest regret with that one is I got a job.
Oh, so you had to change, yeah.
I couldn't stay consistent. It was, oh, now here I am, and I just got off of work, and I'm in a sour mood. I'm going to go stream it, because I do want to play it, but when you're already irritated, every little thing about netplay just makes you so pissed.
Yep.
And it's just like,
I
stopped doing Tuesdays and Thursdays, and I do kind of miss doing it, but now I'm like at a point like, if I do this, how many people am I going to find to play with me randomly? You know, because I used to be able to just throw up a lobby and then people would join, but the player base for 14 it's in the lower end now. I mean, there's definitely players, but it's nowhere near the same amount of online warriors as you had in 2017 or right after 3.0 rolled out. We're just waiting for 15 at the
that's his belt. Okay.
So like we're waiting for 15 and there's new games, so everyone's playing newer games. God damn it, Alki. So yeah, it's just been like I do play KOF from time to time on stream still, but it's definitely a chore. So like when I stream KOF, it's random. If I stream it with Zarin, I make an announcement a few days ahead of time, like, hey, this day we're going to be playing in this first or whatever, or we're just going to be grinding. Come hang out with us. Because, that saying it like 5 days in advance and holding yourself accountable for that is one thing. But holding yourself accountable to do it every week, every day, it's a whole different beast.
It starts to become a job and not a hobby. And when things are like a job, like, unless it's your career where you're excited, nobody wants to do their 9 to 5 every day, and you drag yourself to get in the shower, you drag yourself to drive, and that's what it is. When your schedule becomes that like claustrophobic, it's like, oh, I really got to stream today, and then you're dragging it. So I'm with you on that, man. Like I said, schedules are great when they work, but when they don't work, they're like, it's the worst thing. So I'm always on that middle ground between.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. If you're trying to grow as a channel and you can uphold a schedule, by all means, go for it. But like me, I feel like I work better just doing it on the fly when I feel like it, because then when I feel like it, my viewers feel like watching it, because they can tell that I want to play, that I'm having fun.
2 points I want to make, actually, like the streaming, like the schedule versus the impromptu stream. If the schedule's not for you, like the reason I never decided to make a schedule is similar to Keshi, where like I'm not always going to be in the mood to stream, and I don't want to force an obligation on myself.
Yeah.
But on the flip side, a good way to like circumvent that, at least a little bit, is like when you stream something and you have people that are there watching, like before you go offline or something like that, just remind people to turn on alerts for your channel.
Yeah.
Because that way, when you do feel like streaming and you go live, the people that really want to watch are gonna be like, oh, hey, Rome's streaming, or hey, Ken's streaming, or like what have you. So they'll be. I mean, we all have Twitch on our phones. Like we can't lie at this point. So if they really want to watch you and they have free time, they're going to boot you up on their phone or their tablet, or, if they get the alert on their phone and they're at home, they're going to go to their PC and turn you on. So it's just a good thing to sort of help the fact that you don't have a consistent schedule. Now, the other point I wanted to make, as far as like mood while you're streaming, never end a stream because you're pissed off.
Yeah.
And the only reason that I say that is because that's like, as a viewer, that's the most uncomfortable thing that you can go through as a viewer. Because I've watched speedrunners like do like maybe like 7 or 8 runs in their stream, and then like one particular run goes really bad, and I just hear them go, damn it, and then I just see an offline screen. I unfollow that channel at that point. I don't like watching streams end out of nowhere because you got pissed off. If you got to take a minute, to just stop playing for a bit, you put up your little be right back sign and go grab a glass of water or something, then go ahead and do that, because then you can somewhat salvage the stream if you can calm down in time. But you don't want to just, all right, I'm done, pull the plug. Like that just, it doesn't look good.
Yeah. Damn,
I feel like because I am a person who will stop streaming if I'm getting upset, I feel like if you can at least make a solid enough outro, if you can compose yourself enough to be like, hey guys, I'm not really feeling well, thanks for coming through, but this stream's a blow up, I'll see you guys the next time. That's so much better than being like, fuck, offline.
Yeah, exactly. Like if you feel like you just can't handle it anymore, just try to ease the stream to being over, because that's like the best thing you can possibly do.
Actually, the best thing you could possibly do is to forget that you still had Dildo Bazooka as your outro video.
Come again?
Oh my god. Okay, it's one of those you had to be there moments.
So I was going through I was basically kind of having a like qualifier, like tryouts for outro videos. And I got through a bunch, and I got bored of the gimmick, and I just dropped it. But it was probably because I just killed the entire idea because I was just using like random clips of stuff. And which Jackass movie was it with the dildo bazooka?
I can't remember off the top of my head.
One or
Well,
two.
I know when you were doing that was when you were doing like the really suspect straw polls, like where where we had the double penis straw poll at one point, and I'm just like, okay, what are you doing?
Well, you know what? You say that, but what won the poll?
Degenerates, all of them.
Oh man. Oh man.
What was the question?
All right, I would say about scheduling. When you're first starting out, I would recommend not using the schedule. Just kind of like poking prod at like different times of the day and night. Be sure to share your stream, beforehand on, social media and stuff like that. But just kind of explore around with different times when you're first starting out. And, see, what kind of viewership that you get afterwards or something like that. Look at the chat and stuff like that. And then after a while, you'll start to kind of like learn a little bit about, when are people, usually active watching? When are people usually asleep, in your time zone? You never know. Sometimes you might catch some people, in a different time zone that's awake or something like that. But you have to kind of explore around, and also, being a good viewer of other people's streams and knowing when they stream, that's good too. That way you're not overlapping too much. That way, you can raid and host them, or they can raid and host you and stuff like that. So yeah, just when you first start out, just explore around, and then after a while, if you feel comfortable, go ahead and make a schedule, and stick to that. If you can't do it, change it up. If you can't do it that night, let people know. If you want to cut it short, let people know. Like Elky and DZ and Kenshi and Rome said, don't just like, go ghost on them, or just leave them hanging. Again, when you're streaming, it's like a television show, man. You got to conceptualize everything. You got to put a story or a theme around everything, you know what I'm saying? Because, we're human. They're human. You got to connect with them that way, So, yeah, when you first start out, don't do a schedule. Try a schedule. If you don't like it, don't do it. I know plenty of streamers that are, like, kind of around the 20 to 50 viewer range. They don't have a schedule at all. And that's their thing, is that they I would say pop on randomly, or sometimes they always go live at a certain point of the day or a certain point of the night. Some people are like night owl streamers, always streaming at 1 a.m. Some people are morning streamers, always streaming at like 8 a.m. or something like that. So I would say, like, if you don't have a schedule, maybe just stick to like a certain time of the day and then just come on randomly and just tell people. But yeah, I definitely think it depends. But if you're gonna do a schedule, try to stick with it as much as you can. Be consistent, and if you can't, you're gonna have to change that shit up.
A good strategy that I don't think a lot of people use is after you've been streaming for a little bit, and you kind of just kind of stream like whenever you felt like it, and you're like, I want to do a schedule. If you're still in a mindset where you want to stream like multiple times a week, only schedule for one time slot, and keep hopscotching around with your other streams. Because once you lock in a time slot for a show, you are going to get the people that are either A, tuning in specifically for you, or whoever just happens to be online. And there are people that I know I kind of hit like this weird ceiling where I'm getting the people that are browsing around on Friday night. If they got something they usually watch on Friday, they're not going to see me. They're not going to know I'm there. Even if they were to watch, if they would like what I'm doing better than what they're watching anyway, they're already committed to something else, and they're not going to bother, channel surfing around. When you kind of free yourself up to kind of explore and stream at different times, you're going to end up in front of eyes that you wouldn't within that very rigid time slot that you've chosen for, for when you have your main stream. So if you have the energy to stream multiple times, try to keep a little reserve to kind of just go out and like fish for new people that may tune into maybe they don't usually watch Twitch on the time slot that you kind of locked in, but they'll tune in for you because they caught you on another night and they dug what you do.
I would also say about that what you said, Elkie, about people probably not watching your stream because they're watching something else. Some people some people like to multi-stream, you know what I'm saying, or I should say have different tabs open or use like multi-Twitch or something like that. I remember for a while, Elkie, stream Friday nights at 8:30 Central Time for me, and around that time, this was when like Impact Wrestling was like on at like Friday nights at like 8 p.m. In Central Time, and I used to like just have like two tabs open or just have like a multi-Twitch and just watch both of y'all at the same time, or anyone else streaming too. So I mean, I think it depends on how savvy a person is, if they want to like go to that route, but yeah, I do believe, nothing's wrong with just having two different tabs open if you watch two different things at once, and split your attention up,
Never count on the audience doing anything.
Yeah. Oh yeah. 100%. That's an individualistic thing. Yeah. It really depends per person. Some people do that. Some people don't. Some people don't even know how to like open up two tabs in Twitch or in their browser or something like that.
Oh yeah. My brother, who's 10 years younger than me, has a tough time with tabs. Listen, I love the audience. Trust me, I love the audience. But don't overestimate them.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, yep.
Can I like add on something to the whole schedule thing?
Oh, please, go ahead, bro.
So like me, since I can't do a schedule, I think one of the more important factors is just consistency. I was like, when I was growing a lot, when I was experiencing most of my channel growth, it's because I was consistent. I was doing the same game. It doesn't have to be the same game, but I was doing KOF14 every day. Now, I tried to do like little special events. Like sometimes I'd be like, hey, I'm going to do a 15-hour stream today. It's just going to happen. And there would be other times where I'm like, oh, well, I'm just going to go live. It's afternoon. And that's when I normally start airing. Sometimes I would be like going, all night, but it was every day. So like I would get new people all the time because it'd be like, different times of the day, different people are online, like Elkie was saying. So if you just want to grow your following and grow your viewership and you're not expecting the same people to come through every stream what you want, but stream consistently. Don't just be like, oh, I'm going to stream here. And then 3 months later, you're like, hey guys, I'm streaming again. No, you gotta put that stuff out like every day, like at least 2-3 times a week. You gotta be consistent. You can't just be like, oh, I'm gonna grow my channel, but I'm only gonna stream once every 2 months. It doesn't work like that. So I don't have a set schedule, but one of the things I'm consistent on is when me and Zarin start our first to whatever sets, it's usually between 3:30 and 5:30 Eastern time in the PM. So you can guarantee that if I make an announcement that we're going to be playing together, you can come through at 5:30 and we're going to be online. So like, I stress consistency more than scheduling, because with a schedule, it becomes a job. If you're just doing your hobby every day consistently, it's more of a fun thing to do. And trust me, when 15 comes out, I'm not making a schedule, but I'm going to be online every day.
Same.
Fucking
What is that? Oh, this is Infinity Call. Oh my god, it lights up.
Yeah, don't snap your fingers, man.
I'll just do this.
Oh, it's like that. Oh my god, that thing is huge. Oh my god.
Yeah, you could smack the hell out of someone with that one. I have a question for y'all, man. So how do y'all feel about like reading the chat, man? Because I remember sometimes, or a lot of times, I'll go to people's stream, man, and then like, you know, I might say something in chat, or other people say something in chat, and then I just notice they're like completely ignoring the chat. It'll make me just leave. You know, like, what is y'all threshold when it comes to the whole like
number one rule? Do not engage do not engage trolls in the chat. So, just get rid of them, and that's it.
I think here's my take on it.
Yeah, go ahead.
I respond to the chat. But one thing, like when I'm watching other people stream, one thing that it doesn't really bother me, but at the same time it bothers me. I'm like, I don't need you to read everything that I just said and then respond to me. I'll know you're responding to me by how you answer the question. So I'm a person who would be like, I'll look at the chat and I'll be like, oh, this person said this, and this is what is up. You know, that's how I'll answer that. But I think if you have a lot of people and your chat's really active, you probably should read the question that you're responding to, or the person that you're responding to.
Yeah.
But one thing I noticed, like some streamers do, is like everyone who's talking in their chat, they'll just read every single post out loud, and I'm just like, that's a little bit extra.
Yeah, you don't gotta do all that.
You could just say the person's name and then answer the question.
Like,
so they know you're talking to them.
Yeah, sometimes I'll read it out loud if they wrote a damn paragraph, and then I might stop, you know, in the middle. I'm like, oh wait, he's saying some BS. You know?
I like one of my favorite streamers. He'll just read like the first 3 words to let you know, hey, I'm reading your thing, and then he'll like read the rest to himself silently, and then he'll answer your question. That's another way to do it. But reading the whole shebang, that's you're going to have a bunch of active chat people, and you're just reading it. You're not playing much of the game at that point. So, you know, engage the chat, but don't read the entire book, you know?
Yeah. The whole, like, engaging the chat on my end thing, that's kind of the reason why I'm not too excited to get, you know, 100, 200, 1,000, like,
I don't need that drama.
Viewers, man, because you can't read that shit. That shit's scrolling, you know, a mile.
Exactly.
You know, you can't read every single thing on there, man. I mean, there's some, like, top streamers. The only way you can talk to them if you like send them a donation or something like that, and it's like
or highlight a message.
Yeah, highlight, or it's like voice activated or something like that or whatever.
Right.
You know, but yeah, I definitely think, you know, when you're starting out, read your chat, man. You know, to whatever capacity that you can, engage them. You know what I'm saying? Make them feel as welcome as you can. You know, if they're trolling, I mean, that's something you're going to have to deal with. I do feel that, like, trolls, like, they can mess up your chat, too, man. They can mess up your chat for lurkers, too, because they're like, man, there's all these, like, trolls here. Like, why should I be here, man? I'm just going to bounce. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
just get rid of trolls as soon as they pop up.
Yeah, have a good moderators. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yes. I was just going to make that point. Build a team of moderators, because you're not always going to have your eyes on chat 100% of the time while you're streaming. It's just not possible. So you want to build a team of moderators that you trust and that you know that at least 1 or 2 of them will consistently show up to your stream. Yeah. So when you get those trolls, and let's say like I've done it on Elke stream more than once, like he'll be in the middle of playing and some troll will show up just, I don't know, saying whatever.
KOF13's better than 14.
No, not even that. But just someone that's just like insulting like the play or the game or something like that.
Yeah.
I'll just shoot them, and that way Elkie doesn't have to worry about it. So it's just like
Shoot
yeah,
them,
like
damn.
well, I'm sorry. That's an inside term that me and my friends use when you clear someone's messages from the chat.
Oh,
but,
okay.
but yeah, it's just like get a consistent team of mods to cover your chat when you can. Because and another thing that mods can do is that mods can answer questions. Well, not just mods, anyone can answer questions.
Oh yeah,
but you know, if you have a consistent viewership, then they can answer questions so you don't have to.
Yeah.
So if someone's just like, oh, like, how did he land that combo, or how did you land that combo, or something like that? Oh, he did XYZ, or oh, where can I learn more about this topic? Oh, you can link, like things like that.
Yeah.
So like when you get your consistent viewership and it's people that you trust, or you know, if you want to give people moderator access, I guess you can call it, just make sure it's people that consistently show up to your stream. That's why I don't stream often, but I think a good number of my friends are mods on my channel. So when they roll up, and if they see something that's kind of messed up, they can just nip it, so I don't have to worry about it. Because like if I gotta go deal with a troll, I gotta stop playing. I gotta be quiet for a little bit while I like go to look for the name in the chat and then click. It's too much.
Yeah.
So, like, for me, I don't really have an issue with trolls coming through. And, like, when they do come through, unless they're breaking Twitch TOS, I just, if they're just insulting me, like, I just let it rock. Unless I'm, like, in a bad mood. And then, I'll just, like, time them for a second or two. But one thing that I do is, like, I don't necessarily have a team of mods. I just have a bunch of my friends as mods, and they're usually coming through. So you see this whole chat with nothing but sword icons.
Yeah.
And are you really going to talk shit when there's like 50 people with swords right there?
Yeah.
How about the?
Hey, Elke, how many mods do you have? It's like what? Me, Marco, who else? Wait,
I forget. It's nowhere near as many as I had when I was back on hitbox.tv.
Damn.
Oh my god, that brings back memories.
So the reason I did that was because back then, if you were a mod on somebody's channel, you could post images in the chat directly, included animated GIFs.
Oh god.
So I had an entire chat full of nothing but mods, just image boarding the chat,
Your chat
for like 4 straight hours. It was pretty great. For somebody who's just coming up right now, as far as dealing with the chat, it's going to be kind of Wild West. And then once you get to affiliate, turn on sub-only mode and never look back.
You mean partner or affiliate?
Affiliate. I can turn that shit on, I believe.
You can,
we
but
can turn it on, but no one's
you
gonna
can.
talk.
Never.
yeah, like your chat will just.
Do you mean
Hey,
follower
chat.
only or?
No.
Sub only.
No,
you gotta pay to talk
If,
here, buddy.
if you're going to talk to me in my chat, you need to give me money. That's literally what.
Exactly it.
Oh
That's
man.
exactly it, DZ.
I love it.
This is where I screwed up.
I don't like the fact
don't
that.
be like me. You say, all right. Oh yeah. Let's listen to Elke's advice. He's had the same 23 viewers for the last year and a half. I obviously did something wrong, and I know what it was. I let all you animals just have free reign over my chat, and people come in and they just see this Lord of the Flies horse shit.
So
Wow, he said
Now-
Lord of the Flies. Holy shit.
now I'm curious because I'm not because I think my sub ran out for you, but like if I'm a mod, like will that keep me from chatting? Like I'm curious now.
I think mods bypass that.
Okay,
Just like VIPs will bypass it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we do.
Hey, quick question for y'all. All right, since we're talking about, this is focused, regarding fighting games. What do y'all think is like the easiest fighting game to stream as far as like getting or retaining viewership or anything like that, or like certain modes you feel like when playing fighting?
Anything with good netcode.
Oh yeah,
That's another topic for another day. But
Oh,
Wait. Are we specifically asking about most optimal sellout?
no, I mean I think he means more like
It sounds like that's the question.
Most
well,
optimal
a
sellout.
good example is like 14 because it has lobbies. You know,
Oh, you mean like from a
Like
technical
engagement.
standpoint?
If you're talking about technical standpoint, then nothing new because everything has terrible netcode and crappy lobbies.
Dude, I hate
But-
Grand Blues lobbies.
If you're talking about like, because the way I look at it is, I mean, it's like high school, right? So the Street Fighter is always gonna have the view count.
oh yeah.
So if you're streaming for views, I'd say go to Street Fighter. But then again, I would say honestly, it counts on the level of player you are.
Oh yeah.
Because there's games like Soul Calibur or Killer Instinct that not necessarily are like the most popular games right now. They've been out for a while. But I mean, if you're, I don't know who's the top player in Killer Instinct. I don't know. I can't think of a top player right now. But if you're one of the top players from Killer Instinct, if you go live, I'm sure the whole Killer Instinct fan base is going to come and watch you. Same with Samurai Showdown. I mean, Samurai Showdown has a ton of people streaming it, but when someone, let's say like Sonic Soul, he comes on, he's going to get 100 plus easily, whereas a mid-level Samurai Showdown streamer might just get maybe 15 or 20. So I think it's not necessarily like what game you're playing. I mean, I've proved it with King of Fighters 2006. I got good views playing that, but I honestly feel that it comes down to the level of player you are. If you're a top, like Daigo, I bet you Daigo could play, I don't know, VSAV, or not even something like, he could play like Capcom Fighting Jam, and I'm sure Daigo will still have a few thousand people watching him because he's Daigo.
Daigo had a few thousand people watching him lay on his bed and talk about Crocs.
that stream was kind of
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. So yeah.
Also, why I love
Can
him.
I chime in real quick?
Yeah. Go ahead, Kenshi.
I feel like a niche game is actually the best market
I was
because
just gonna say that.
I feel like a niche game is really the best market because you're not competing with that many people. If you're trying to grow your channel, and I use KOF14 as a subject study, you're competing with, at most, at any given point of the time of the day, 5 other people. And I know this because I've studied it. I found this out in 2017. I would literally go and see who's streaming when, and I'd be like, okay, this is when these are when these people are online. I'm gonna go online. I get their viewers.
I mean,
And then I get other viewers looking for KOF14 because I'm at the top of the echelon. Because they click that KOF14 tab and they're going. I kid you not, that most people who browse games by tab look for the ones with the most viewers because the people with the most viewers have the most viewers for a reason.
Popular
So
kids.
they're going there to watch. They're going there to watch your stream because for some reason you're the most popular viewer for this game, well, streamer for this game at this time, and that's when you start catching new followers, new viewers. I've done it. I know the science. That's why when I said I can get viewers playing KOF 14, it's because I know I can.
yeah.
But you provide content for a market that only has a few people playing at any given point in time, and you do something that sets yourself apart from those other people, you're going to grow a lot faster than trying to compete with all the Street Fighter streamers, all the whatever fighting game streamers, the Tekken ones, the Grand Blue ones. You're just going to do better.
Yeah, just to kind of tag on to like what Kenshi was saying, it's like lesser known, I don't want to say lesser known, but like less popular games can be better for you, and you don't even have to be that good at the game. I have a friend who streamed himself playing KOF14 a couple months ago. He was just in the lab. He wasn't even playing anybody. He's like, he doesn't play 14 consistent. He got like 20 or so viewers because people were just rolling up trying to watch him learn, and they were actually helping him out, like you know, giving him tips and feedback and stuff like that. So it's like, if you're not good at the game, don't let that deter you. But if you're not good at the game, but you also want to grow your stream, you're probably better off going with a less popular game, because you have a better chance of people tuning in. And who knows, like when people tune in, some people tune in because they want to play you. Some people tune in because they want to help you. So if you get a combination of that going, then you can actually, you know, start building more consistency. Like there was this one guy who he used to stream 97 at like, oh my god, like 4 a.m. It was like the most bizarre time. And one time I got curious and I was like, you know what? Let me get, because 97 is one-on-one only. There's no lobbies. So he's waiting in the lobby. I was like, you know what? Let me get on and just play him just to see where he stands. And we got to playing. And then once he finished the stream, I get a PSN message and he's just like, hey, how do you do XYZ? And then now he wants to play it all the time. Now he has other people that want to play him all the time. So like, just like when you get those people that are curious and they start engaging you, even if you're not that great, it'll not only help your stream, but it'll help your play too.
One question that just popped in when y'all was talking about 14. Do y'all think having like the Twitch, I would say not notification but box, you know, when you open up 14, like the live like option, do you think anyone like uses that to find other people to play?
No,
I don't think so.
I don't know what it is or what it does.
So what it does is that it lets you determine whether or not you want your like your match to be streamable.
No. I'm talking about.
Oh, not that one.
No. It's when you press on it, right, and then it'll go to whoever's streaming now, like the live.
Oh, you mean on Twitch? Okay.
No. In the game. In the game, in the main menu.
The game has that?
Yeah, it's in the main menu. You got to go down to like the option, like to go to the game icon, and you press options, and it's like, I've seen that before. There's
it's different
like
for PS4 and Steam. Like in Steam, it goes straight to Twitch, but in PS4, it goes straight to whoever's streaming it from their PS4. You know what I'm saying?
Huh. Oh, okay. You know,
it's a cool feature, just not really. You
mean when when you go to KO14 on your PS4 and it'll show you like who else is playing it? Okay, I get you.
No, it's in the main menu.
No, I know that, but I'm saying like who it broadcasts to.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
You could go into KO14 and it'll show you like who's streaming. I think, does that only work with the PS4 native capture card?
Unfortunately on PS4, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I figured. Okay.
But if you're on Steam, I believe it goes straight to Twitch, or for the game, for the title.
Yeah. I just wanted real quick, Desmond, because I gotta hop out of here. I was supposed to be on my boy's stream. They're waiting for me to Mario Party again.
Okay.
So I just wanted to say real quick before I go. The last thing I just wanted to just get this out real quick. About when you guys are talking about Kenshi said he knows he can get views if he streams KOF and staying away from popular games. I think as an overall, not just fighting games, that's a good way to start out. If you're like a small streamer, stay away from new games. Like I have good numbers, and I get people ask me all the time, "Hey Rome, you gonna play Resident Evil 3 or you gonna play Final Fantasy 7?" And I tell them, "Yeah, but I'm not streaming it. I'm gonna play it offline." And if they ask why, it's like I'll stream it if if I'm looking to grow, like if you want to really grow from streaming, you stay away from those games because no one's gonna click Final Fantasy 7 and scroll all the way down to the bottom to you with 5, let's say 0 to 5 viewers. They're gonna go to all the popular people that are playing the game. Yep. So you're not gonna necessarily grow like that. But if you have an audience already that just wants to watch you play, that's fine. But don't expect to be like, oh, Resident Evil 3 is coming out. I'm gonna I'm gonna just grow off this. And I can use KOF15 as an example. People like me, Kenshi, actually everyone on here, DZ, I don't know if you're gonna be streaming it, but you, Desmond, Elkie, Marco, people like us, are going to be able to eat off KOF15 very early.
Yeah.
Because of the fact that we have a presence in the community. People know who we are from us competing, from us normally streaming. But then let's say new person just starts playing KOF, has no like depth in the FGC, they're just average Joe player. It's going to be harder for them to beat us in numbers. No one's going to watch them. They're going to go to Marco. Marco's a strong player. They're going to go to Elky because they know the King of Fridays is going to be lit because it's going to be a party. They're going to go to, and I hate to, you know, not that I don't like him, but, you know, Maximilian, because, you know, he's going to stream that and take all the CPM day one, right? So everyone's going to go to Maximilian, or like that's why you know, if you're a smaller streamer or you want to start out growing your brand, stay away from anything new that's coming out, because when all the new stuff come out, people are going to go to the streamers that they want to see watch that. They're not necessarily going to take a risk on you. But then fast forward 5 months later, if I start playing Resident Evil 3 5 months later, I might get all the people that still like watching the game after all the popular people stop playing it. Then, you know, they'll make come, they see me playing, oh, we're still like watching this game. They'll see me playing, and then like, you know, I just gained a new follower or something.
Still got to compete with speedrunners because they're going to be on this game for a while.
Yeah, for sure. Speedrunners, yeah. But you get what I'm saying, though. Like,
no, I get you.
Speedrunners fall in that popular category too, because, you know, they're speedrunners, right? So it's like, when it's new games like that, you should definitely stay away from. But in terms of fighting games, we're fortunate that fighting games are still like niche in 2020. So we don't have to worry about like Ninja or Pokemon. You know what I mean? We don't got to worry about them. Just imagine Ninja just one day. I'm getting KOF15. Like,
he's on Mixer anyway.
Yeah, true. He's on Mixer. Yeah, but then you got like Shroud or Dr. Disrespect. All you know, those streamers that get like crazy numbers. You know what I mean? We don't have to worry about that. We don't have to compete with them. So our competition is the Maxes and the Arises and the.
I will say, if they like did want to play 15 for like 2 hours or something, man, you know how many like, you know, like I won't say interested, but how many curious heads will get, man.
Oh, for sure, that'd be good exposure.
I mean, they won't be like, you know, oh, like I'm gonna go to, you know, tournament, you know, like next week or anything like that. But you know, they'll be a little curious, you know.
But I'm gonna hop off, fellas. Desmond, thanks again for having me. I really appreciate it, man. Hopefully I can make some more in the future.
Yeah. Oh, and, of course, man. You know, to be honest, I think we might have to do like a part 2 of this, man, because there's a lot of ground we can.
There's a lot.
Yeah, a lot goes into streaming.
Yeah, man. So I do have a few more questions for everyone else. But for you, thank you so much, man, for coming on. We'll try to get you on again. You know, maybe in the next week or two. You know, if we decide.
Cool. Just you know, DM me, let me know, man. Thanks again, Kenshi, DZ, Elky. I'll see you guys around, all right?
Catch you around, bro.
Take care. Be safe.
All right, cool. That was Rome. Big thanks to him for coming on.
I knew Elky was gonna say something.
Yo, question for y'all, man. When you stream, do y'all check the viewer count live?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it gives me a sense of validation.
I try not to, but it's unavoidable. Like, I was trying so hard to hide that view count because, like, I know for my mental health, if I'm just talking and there's maybe only 2 or 3 people talking to me, that's fine. And there could only be 2 or 3 people watching it, and I don't know. But there's something about it that I have to look at it.
Listen, Desmond, Daddy needs his medicine, okay? This is an IV drip like the entire time. It's just
oh man.
If I don't have that constant feed like while I'm streaming, like I'll start to go into shock.
Oh man, that's a trip.
Like,
that's a trip.
If that shit, like if I'm sitting at 15 and it drops down to like 4,
oh shit, you're gonna.
I'm gonna go into cardiac arrest.
Yeah, like what happened?
Oh,
like,
oh man. All right.
Real quick though.
Go ahead.
Real quick.
Go ahead.
I mean, you know, take it with a grain of salt, but like when you check into your channel analytics on Twitch, it tells you what other categories that the people showing up to your channel are also viewing. Like Graham Blue, I see a couple of other like fighting games that show up. you are sharing, your audience is viewing other stuff. They are watching other stuff, and you can pay attention to, and if any of those things you already kind of enjoy, know that there's already a built-in part of your audience that has proven that they'll watch that. So you can move in, you can try out a different game and still know that you have some sort of appeal with your current audience while also kind of putting yourself in front of some new eyes. Like, it's worth taking a look at. Like, there's a lot of stuff on here, like Resident Evil 3. It's not my type of game, and it's new, so I know that, it's just luck of the draw. But if I see some activity on here, it's like, oh wow, people are playing like Ultra SF4. Shit, I like Ultra SF4. Maybe I'll stream it sometime. Like, you can kind of pay attention to the habits of your audience through some of these extra
yes,
data sets that Twitch affords you.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, you won't watch me play RE3 only because you want to see me like be scared.
I'm gonna watch. Like, I would watch you and French Boy play Resident Evil because I know the way you guys react, and I know it's gonna be fun to like follow along and like, it's like, oh, what the shit was that?
Y'all brought up French Boy. I'm gonna use him as an example of like, someone kind of growing, a little bit by a little bit on Twitch streaming 14. Before that, I will say about viewing the viewer count, I don't do it at all anymore. I used to, but I don't do it at all anymore. It's very distracting for me, and like sometimes I don't like for it to kind of like, I would say, be some sort of measure of like how I feel in a moment when I'm streaming. Like, oh shit, I got 0 viewers right this time. Oh man, I feel bad. Oh shit, I have 20 viewers. I'm the shit. Like, I don't like that feeling. I'd rather just like not know and just still just bring it. You know what I'm saying? No matter who's there. I do think looking at the chat is more important than the viewer count. If your chat is kind of like dead or dying, you can kind of pretty much know how many people are still around. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh shit, the chat is dead. I guess. Not too many people are dead.
Sometimes you have a boatload of people watching, ain't nobody saying a word.
Oh, that's true too. A lot of people lurking. Some people just maybe multitasking.
Creepy. It's like a fucking Japanese crowd where they just sit in silence. You're like, what the shit? Like, am I doing something wrong? It's
right.
Like, no, it's just the way they are. Like,
yeah. What do y'all usually do when the chat kind of like goes dead? I mean, okay, I never see your chat goes dead. Okay, man.
No, see, the one thing you don't want to do is you don't want to open up that viewer list and start naming people that are there. Because if I'm lurking in your channel and you do that, I'm leaving.
Yeah, I think that's tacky, man. That's weird.
Yeah. Like let people lurk, because when people lurk long enough and if they like you, then you never know, they'll just start engaging in the chat. I've done that with streamers. I would lurk in their chat for like, I don't know, a couple days, maybe a week, and then they'll ask a question and I can't really, and I know the answer. I'll speak up. I'm like, oh, it's such and such. So like, let people lurk comfortably.
Yeah. Yep.
Now, if your chat is dead and you have your mic on, just start talking to yourself. If you talk to yourself while you play, then eventually somebody in the chat's most likely going to respond to you, and then you can keep things going.
That is when I say the most questionable thing.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah, you tell a lot of good stories, man, and it gets people engaged.
It's like I have, like, that's my ammo, man. That's my stash. I only try to dip into that like when the chat is dead, especially when there is people there. It's like, what's the point in jumping into a story when maybe there's a couple people there and there may not be watching. They might just have a tab open while they go take a dump. Or like me, and just start streaming and then go take a dump. Whatever. It is, but if you got like you have a decent amount of people tuned in. Ain't nobody saying anything. You can kickstart that if you tell them about that one time where you got kicked out of a Denny's.
Yeah.
You know?
Was I there for that? No, I don't think I was there for that. I would have remembered it.
You know how hard it is to get kicked out of a Denny's? It sounds easy. It's not. It's like in Fight Club where he talks about how hard it is to actually get into a fist fight with somebody in real life. Like that level of provocation is a bit more extreme than you would expect it to be.
Damn. I have to rewatch that movie, man. I found it for cheap. That's a good movie. But yo, I wanted to talk about, all right, like French Boy Grime. Y'all brought him up. I noticed he started streaming. I don't know, like, if he just started streaming or maybe he streamed before in the past. I don't know. But I noticed he started streaming 14, and you know he's kind of getting up there, man. He's getting good, like maybe 5 to 10 people, maybe 15 viewers every time he streams. Yeah, go ahead.
I jokingly called him the Inkofniac because he would start streaming at like 3:30 in the morning, and it was because he got off work, came home, like got something to eat, chilled out, and then because he got off work at like after midnight.
Yeah.
So by the time he settled in, it was like 3 a.m.
Yeah.
So he just started streaming.
Yeah, I think.
And like,
how was his viewer count if you were watching, or his
dead?
Chat? Oh, dead.
Oh, R.I.P. But you wouldn't know it to like watch. You would think he had like 15, 20 people watching. By the way, he just acted. I mean, he obviously wasn't responding to the chat a lot.
Yeah.
But going on about his day, talking about what was happening in the game.
Yeah.
You know, it's just he has an ability, he still has this ability to just kind of keep the tape running.
Yeah. Yep.
Like while he's playing, like while he's streaming, and it's hard to do. I'll tell you right now, if you're gonna get serious about streaming, there's something that's gonna happen to you. Your tendency to talk to yourself is going to increase.
Oh yeah.
And you can't really shut that off easily when you're not streaming.
Hey, I be at work talking to myself and shit, like, all right, man, I gotta, talk to the boss, man. What's going on here? Oh shit, almost tripped over my own shoestring. Oh, I gotta go to the floor,
I do it. I do it in Discord calls with friends, and they're like, "Who are you talking to?" And I'm like, "Oh shit."
Yeah. But it looks like French Boy. I mean, he's streaming at kind of like decent times now. I don't.
Yeah.
And like he's getting his numbers because because of us. There's already a community. He went to learn about, made friends there. I that's really important, man. It's just like making friends kind of beforehand or while you're kind of streaming, and just build that little tribe up, slowly but surely. Because I mean, I've seen a lot of people try to stream 14 or even other kind of like popular fighting games or even slightly niche, and they have no one there because they don't really know anyone, that plays that game at all, And while a lot of the big streamers, they can kind of do whatever they want because they already have that base, beforehand.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I talked about it, like I waited 1.5 years to stream this game, a lot of it had to do with I didn't feel legitimate and people didn't know me for this. And I was like self-conscious, like streaming, like with the thought of like streaming early on, because I was like, this is kind of a storied franchise and no one knows me. My gameplay is really suspect. Somebody comes in and asks me anything about the game, I don't really know. Like and it took a while for me to be comfortable in my own skin. And like once I like knew some people and kind of interacted with the community in different ways and all that, like I was just like, hell yeah, why not me? And that's kind of a thing that we kind of got to overcome, like socially. I think a lot of us aren't exactly the most well-adjusted human beings when it comes to interacting with others. Where's my medicine?
Oh shit.
You
back?
Oh, there he is.
I'm about to say.
Rotten ass Discord sucks.
I'm about to say, dude, that was a
Hold on.
pretty weird little segue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you thought Rome had a good way to bounce. I got one for you.
Oh man. Oh.
The hell was I saying? I don't know. Let's talk to Kenshi real quick.
Yeah,
Hey, Kenshi, what are you doing?
Oh, here we go.
I'm playing KOF14. What's up? Yeah, no,
hey.
I'm actually playing it right now.
Oh shit! Yeah, you got a couple lobbies up, man.
So that's all that button pressing was.
I was actually like watching my like going through my capture gallery on PS4, and then I looked at my webcam and I'm like, oh, my lighting's better because my TV's bright as shit right now. Maybe I should just like keep the screen cap on for a little bit.
Oh man. All right, so you know what? Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to do like a part 2 of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of ground to cover, man. So I do have a few more questions before we go. Do y'all think like titles work for the stream at all? Like, you know.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
So titles. So a lot of people don't read the full title, but if you could make your title interesting in the first couple words,
Yeah.
like, or just make it sound something like, I don't know, just something funny or interesting, people have a better chance of just like rolling up. Like, when I when I stream Overwatch, my dedicated Overwatch title is The Misadventures of Agent Kujaku. And the only reason I name it that is because the theme of my stream is, like I was saying before, is typically what kind of messed up, crazy shit is going to get DZ killed this time. Like, is it going to be running around invisible and a random arrow is going to go through his skull? Well, probably. But, you know what I mean? So like, and people come in and watch because it's like, all right, I'm going to click the stream because this guy is always getting messed up in some kind of way. So it's like, if you try to find consistency, at least as far as like the games are concerned, or if you really just think that you're that witty, try to think of something witty, funny, interesting every time you stream. And then, you know, maybe that'll be your thing. Like, people come to your stream because it's like, oh man, I wonder what kind of crazy title is going to cook up this time.
Right.
So, like, for me, the way I view titles, I view them as the very first introduction to your personality that any potential viewer has. Because when they're, you know, browsing those, you know, games or whatever, they see your title and they see a screenshot of your stream. So they're going to see your overlay and, you know, whatever little screens you got going on your, and they're going to see your title. So I feel like those two things are like super important to like introduce yourself without actually introducing yourself.
One thing I've been experimenting with is like putting images in my title. Like putting like a damn smiley face or emote or something, or a damn
emojis.
Yeah,
I got a raging emote in my title at all times now.
And I also been putting maybe like sometimes like a question of the day or something like that. Or I would even just put like the plan of the day. You know what I'm saying? Like, gonna play this, watch this, do this. You know, but you know, make it as short as possible. You know, that way it's not like, you know, super long and shit. And, you know, and
yeah, because no one's gonna hover their mouse over it to see the whole thing.
Yeah, exactly. So I've been kind of experimenting with like different like titles. You know, again, just showing like the freaking you know, the MO of the stream, or question of the day, or how I'm feeling, or what's going on. You know, I remember one time, man, I think I put something about like Corona in my title, and then all these people just started coming in and talking about it, and so, because you know, it's the, you know, talk of the town pretty much.
It got engagement.
Yeah. So I think,
yeah.
So I
Get
think
them clicks.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I think, you know, just playing around with different titles, man, see what works. Elky, man, man, you don't need a good title, man. Your title's good, King of Fridays.
Well, I just branded the shit out of it.
Yeah, dude.
And then like named it when it was on. Like I can't ever like change it because it's so effective.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it basically just ticks all the boxes. Like, oh, it's short. It tells you when it is. It tells you what it is. Like,
yeah.
Oh.
I did like when you were on Steam that you added Steam Edition to it. So
Yeah.
I like things like that. It's just like if you have a consistent title, but like something about your stream changes, like you can throw something in to like accentuate that.
Mm-hmm.
What about sharing your stream beforehand? What do y'all usually like to do to
Twitter.
try to get people to come in? Twitter? Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I've definitely like I've started streams without making like an advertisement or announcement on Twitter, and then I've started streams where I made the announcement a few minutes before I started the stream, and there's already people there. So I feel like you definitely should like just announce it on Twitter.
Yeah, that's good, man. I always try to conceptualize my streams, so I always like tell people like, yo, this is what we're going to be doing, or sometimes I'll put maybe a picture of the game screenshot, or even just a video of like the last clip. Like this is what happened last time. Just always try to conceptualize something. Like I remember one time I did an anime stream. I put in the damn trailer and shit. You know what I'm saying, of the of the anime, and just I like to just conceptualize things. That way people
Like
know what's going on. Go ahead.
You want to put an image to the content that you're going to be like related to the content that you're going to be streaming. Like I know the time last year, like I streamed the latest Yu-Gi-Oh game that was out at the time. I put a GIF of my giving a thumbs up. Like it's just like you want to make sure that you add some media to the tweet, because if you just go like, oh, I'm gonna be streaming such and such game, link, that's gonna get lost in people. Like a lot of people these days on Twitter are following a lot of.
Yeah.
If they're not following a lot of people, then I don't know how they do it, because I don't know how they stay informed. But if it's for someone like me who's following like 1,000+ people, but like I'm scrolling my timeline and I see a Twitch link, but I see an image. Oh well, okay. Well now I'm a little more like that's going to attract my eyes to that tweet among everything else.
Yeah.
And then I'm most likely going to click that link.
Yeah.
So yeah, try to put an image with your tweet. For the love of God, make it related, because if you put an image of KOF and I tune in and it's a Sam Show stream, I'm leaving.
Oh my god. Yeah. Yeah.
What if it started out as a KOF stream though?
It depends on how late I am on the tweet. But like, if you say like, "Oh, I'm starting soon," and the image isn't related, it's not going to make a lot of sense, and people aren't going to stick around.
Yeah, if you're like in the first 5 minutes of that, and then yeah, I get you.
Yeah, but like obviously, if it was hours ago, that's different.
DZ brings up an interesting point, though. As far as I can tell, false advertising is not punished in any sort of way when it comes to your stream title.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, I can put up, like, Riley Reid Watch Party, and they, like,
man.
Like, they essentially can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
It got them to the stream.
You're here, and guess what? You're watching Venom Strikes.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen people like put like a more popular game, when you change the game category and then they're streaming like a different game. It's like, what the fuck? That don't really work.
Like Rome does. He's like, oh yeah, KOF 14. He's playing 06.
He did that?
Yeah, he did that.
Oh shit!
He did that.
What the fuck?
Okay. Here's the question: did he do it on purpose? Because I've seen people start streams and forget to change their title in their game.
Maybe it's not in the directory.
Listen, never
put retro.
Ever give Rome the benefit of the doubt. Ever.
Another thing I would say, like, if you're promoting your stream on social media, like we say, a video, a GIF, or a picture, just have like a strong caption. Nothing like crazy, but just have a strong caption, man, of like why you streaming this game. How do you feel when you play this game, or even if you never played this game before, just like, again, conceptualize it. Just like paint a picture for everybody. Just let people know what's going to happen. How do you feel about it? How you felt about it last time you played it, etc., etc. What's going down? What information you're going to share? Who's going to play with you? If you're planning on like playing someone else or something like that. If I'm playing like 98 UMFE or 2K2 UM, that game doesn't have no lobby, but I have to play with somebody. So I say, hey, I'm about to play with Ghost Pilot or Alex K-Dash or something like that, or etc., etc. Come through. He'll share it on his end, probably, you know, and the next thing you know, you got more eyes on your link, possibly your stream. But yeah, I always, you know, tell people, you know, or recommend, yeah, just conceptualize it, man. You know, King of Fridays, that's obvious. It's Fridays. It's KOF. You know, you don't have to write all that much. That's it. You know, right then and there.
It's so nice, like, when I don't have to change anything, like when I go live.
Yeah, dude. You
Just like there, it's all I stream, so I don't have to change nothing.
You just click a button and you're set.
Yeah, basically. Well, then I have to remember to turn on all the other shit. I had to change my audio source so that the alerts come through.
Okay, how do you do that? Because so basically, the issue that I have with my alerts, like I have my alerts set up, but they don't come through on the stream unless I have my my PC audio turned up,
What?
like on Streamlabs. And I'm like, how do I make a separate audio source just for the alert so I don't have to? Because I like to have my my PC audio off, because like just in case.
You could change that if you use Streamlabs, right? You could change that in the alert section. You can change the volume. You know, it's next to the other options where you can change how long you want it to like last for, like the duration. But you can change the volume of like each individual alert in Streamlabs.
Yeah, because I tried to turn them up, but then when I stream, they don't come through unless I have the PC audio. Like they have to come through the PC speakers for the stream to hear it.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that's why I was just kind of like.
That's weird.
I'll fiddle with it and figure something out.
Yeah, we'll talk about that more. So all right, this is my last question, man. Do any of y'all like go through like stream like identity crisis? I know, like, you know, Elkie, man, you pretty much are set. You know what I'm saying? I think you're happy with like what you're doing, but
I don't want to do anything more.
Yeah, if Elkie streams a different game that's not like the latest KOF, I think people are gonna riot.
Yeah. Yeah, Kenshi, did you say something or?
Oh no, I was muted because I don't want to like have all my button taps being heard on. But I'm definitely a fighting game streamer. There are times where I play in speedrun Mega Man, you know, that just happens. But I don't brand myself as a speedrunner or anything like that. My channel is a fighting game channel, and I've never felt otherwise.
Yeah, I understand. 100%. I think for myself, sometimes sometimes I do go through a kind of a crisis because, damn, man, holy crap.
Yeah, he's really pressing the buttons, huh?
I can't even.
Yeah, sorry. I'll mute myself after this round. Okay. Sorry about that.
Okay, but yeah, I would say, like, yeah, for myself, like, I'm okay with just like kind of experimenting with different kinds of content and seeing what, I don't want to say what sticks or has the most viewership, but just has like most ease of use and, you know, connects with people more. I think that's the kind of thing that I'm kind of like looking around for. On this channel, this channel is just going to be just for podcasts and for lobbies. For this game, 15, that's it. My own personal thing is it's a little different. But for anyone else that's kind of going through it, I don't know what to stream or when, just try anything, man. Just try it, man. Just stream it and see what happens, you know, and then look at the analytics later, you know, if you want, and then, you know, make adjustments. There's some people that don't care, you know, and then they do pretty well, you know. Just do whatever that's comfortable for you, but just experiment as much as you can or as much as you want. And yeah, Kenshi got the screen on. Oh shit. She got the camera on.
It's like, oh no, she died.
Oh man. All right, but yeah, let's definitely do a part 2 of this, man.
Yeah, I agree.
I have like a page of like notes and stuff, man, and
there's a lot that goes into streaming for streaming in general, and then there's another whole page for fighting games. It's a lot to go over. Yeah,
100%, man. All right, cool. So let's do shout outs, man, and get up out here. So all right, let me look. All right, Kenshi, all right, he's finna win the match. Yo, Kenshi, you got shout outs?
That was a good time. He's not playing.
Shout outs to all of you guys. Shout outs to everyone who's inspired me to stream. So QV, Calvin, even though they came later, Cambo Combo, and yes, even at a time Maximilian. Not anymore though. I think.
I don't mean to interrupt your shout outs, man, but I don't understand why people don't like. A lot of people don't like that guy in the FGC. I think
You know what?
I think he's cool. I don't have no problem with him, man.
I'm not gonna go into it on stream. I want to wait till
all right, we'll talk about it.
Yeah,
All right.
But yeah, shout outs to all those people. Shout outs to Zarin for dealing with my first to 20s all the. Shout outs to everyone who's okay with hearing my button taps while I do these shout outs. But
So
yeah,
nobody?
that's about it. Shout outs to Nep and yeah, I'm good.
All right, cool, man. Thank you so much. DZ Kujaku, shout outs.
Shout outs to my co-panelists. You guys are awesome. I love bouncing ideas and opinions off each other. Shout outs to the SGC in general, who's trying their best to hold it down during the whole quarantine mess. Hopefully we can get out of this as unscathed as possible. But I like what everybody's doing so far as like hosting the online tournaments and just engaging each other on their streams, helping each other push their streams. Everybody's doing a really good job of that. Shout out to Dream Cancel, Kick Punch Block, just about everything that's kind of helped me get to this point. So yeah, about all I got.
All right, sweet. Okidori, shout outs, good sir.
Yeah, shout outs to my subs. A lesser shout out to my mods. An even lesser shout
Thanks.
out to my VIPs.
Oh man.
A lesser than that shout out to my chat participants.
Damn.
Then below that, shout outs to the lurkers. And then below that, shout outs to the people that don't even sign in and just be incognito viewing like some sort of terrorist.
Oh man.
And I guess you guys are pretty good, okay? Like Dream Cancel's pretty great. KPB's pretty great. I don't think anybody else counts. I think I covered everyone.
All right, well said. Well said. Thank you so much. Shout out to my end, man. Big props to all y'all for coming through, man, as always. Big props and thanks to Rome for stopping in. Appreciate him providing his insight. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Quite a few of y'all. Thank y'all for coming through. Really, really appreciate it. Shout out to all the KOF communities worldwide. While we're going through this whole pandemic thing, hopefully things will start to fizzle out in a while, and then we can all go to locals again, or not be afraid to go to a store or a transit station or anything like that, and people can get back to work. But we got to make sure we're all good to go before that. So big thanks to everybody just holding on for dear life and staying positive through these times. So yeah, why don't we go back through the promo and plugs again. If you'd like to get a Dream Council t-shirt like I'm wearing on this episode, get it dreamcouncil.com/shop. Donate to us on Patreon to keep us afloat. Get early exclusive access to videos like this one. And visit our Discord if you want to play KOF 1498 FE, O2 other titles, KOF, or you just want to just talk about SNK stuff, in general. Feel free to join us there. Links will be in the description section of this video if you're watching this on YouTube. And also, again, this weekend, or I should say Saturday, Battle Spectrum. I think this is the first part of the league that he's doing. It's for PC Steam players, King of Fighters 14. Sure to check that out. We'll retweet the stream and everything and let people know when it's going down exactly on that date. Check out the Smash GG link in the description section. And yeah, that's about it. big props and thanks all y'all for joining in again. We're gonna continue discussion next time, man. This is part 1. Stay tuned for part 2 to be announced on how to grow your fighting game stream. And this concludes another installment of the Dream Council podcast. My name is Desmond, the administrator of DreamCouncil.com. Until next time, keep playing, keep learning, be safe, and have fun.